The Freedom Patriots haven't made much noise during the Max Preps era, but there's a baseball revolution brewing in Morgantown as the Patriots have their most talented roster in ages. However, a Northwestern Conference foe is in town that has a much more impressive legacy. The Watauga Pioneers feature a strong senior class that wants to claim the conference title as their own. Freedom has their flame-throwing ace on the mound and is looking to make a statement on a chilly evening, while Watauga wants to show the 6A that they aren't afraid of any 90-mile-per-hour heat. Freedom versus Watauga is up next. Baseball University of the Blue Ridge welcomes you to the Western North Carolina Scout Streaming Series, where we're live on the campus of Freedom High School for a Northwestern 6A, 7A conference matchup between the Watauga Pioneers and the Freedom Patriots. Well, first time to, I think it's the first time to Burke County for a game in general, correct?
Drawn, not Burke County?
Oh, you're right. Drone is what? That's Valdez. So we were down at Drone last year, so correct myself. First time at Freedom. So
First time at Newfield, couple last year was underwater 2 years ago, I guess, when Helene came through.
Actually, that was kind of a pet peeve of mine last year. I'm not going to lie. Granted, I mean, you had some fields that were washed away that got more attention than others, but I don't feel like there's enough attention on the fact that Freedom didn't have a home field last year. They played mostly on the road, and if they did have a home game, it was over at Shuey Park. First full season back on their home territory. The grass is green. The field looks fairly sharp. Had rain yesterday. They got rained out against Ashe County. So another day of rest before the conference matchup here. So full pitching staff except for Luke Miller, who I think went the distance earlier in the week. But with Caden Michaels and his 90-mile-per-hour heat on the mound on a chilly evening, it could get interesting. So glad to be here. Nice scene as you pull up onto the campus. I like the old school football stadium over here. It's like kind of got the like University of Michigan. Like you can't really tell it's down deep into the well of the into the ground there. But
they were talking about the backstop in the foul territory here where we were setting up, and they said they used to have foul territory all the way down to that pole right there on the other side of the bullpen. So they've decreased some foul territory, but even here it looks like the old Oakland Coliseum.
Well, I mean, that bodes well for the defense on either side. If you can get a pop-up foul, grab an extra out. But again, let's jump into the pregame show here and tell you a little bit about these coaches. For Watauga, we'll start on the away side. This is Sean Burrows' second full year at Watauga. Interesting background. Similar, him and I share a little bit in common. I didn't graduate from Ohio Northern University, but that's where I attended my freshman year when I went to play college baseball. Coach graduated in 1998. He's been a pharmacist working in Boone since 2004, and that's what that school was famous for. Like when I went there, I wasn't a pharmacist major, but like almost everybody there was on a 7-year degree plan trying to be a pharmacist. So now another thing, I'm going to go ahead and quiet down, let our PA announcer do his job for a second, and then I'll jump right back in here with the Freedom coach. Are you good for now?
I want to tell them about
go ahead. I'll wait on you for a minute.
Folks, also tonight's game will be streamed live on YouTube by Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Be sure to tell your friends and family how to tune into the live stream to watch the game tonight.
Full house in the press box tonight.
It's all good. I love a full house in the press box.
We'll have some commentary tonight.
I was going to say, usually learn a little bit more about the community. People, got some factoids for you to jump in with. Anyway, let's get back to Coach Burrows. Again, we said it's his second full year at Watauga. Actually met him a while back. I don't know if he remembers, but he was a big part of the Equip travel program that runs out of Boone. It's a Christian-based travel program that I thought did a great job up there. So he's developed a lot of young talent. I know he's graduated a bunch of these seniors, but he's known most of them since they were little kids. On the Freedom side, this is Tyler Hackett's fourth full season at Freedom. Fourth as the head coach. His background's pretty interesting. He was a 3-year letterman for basketball, football, and baseball at Douglas Burge Senior High School. He went to Pembroke State University, where he was a third baseman and outfielder, played his summer collegiate ball in the Missouri Valley. That was part of the Ozark Cardinals. And he was also an assistant under Jeff Nance at Grays Creek for over 400 of Coach Nance's wins. So Coach Hackett's been around. He's seen a lot of good baseball at different levels. And again, I think Watauga is coming in with more of the legacy and the established background. But again, Freedom having a great roster this year and a chance to make the playoffs. Coach Hackett's got the history. He's got the background to guide these young men. Looking at that Northwestern Conference, we did our preseason coaches poll back in the beginning of February. What you see on the screen here is how the coaches themselves think it's going to pan out. So Alexander Central and South Caldwell tied for first in the coaches poll. Alexander Central getting 3 first-place votes, South Caldwell 2. Watauga, a close third, also receiving 1 first-place vote. St. Stephen's, that's Hunter's favorite underdog right now.
Every year early on, I pick an underdog, and I think St. Stephen's needs to feel the love this week.
I say they did make the top 10 in our power rankings, which we'll get to that in a minute. But Freedom and McDowell at the bottom. But don't be tricked here, folks. That's 5 teams there in that 6 that have a legitimate chance of making playoffs. Like, we love Coach Smith and McDowell, but much looks like a rebuilding season for them this year. Hopping into the power rankings, this is a bigger, broader look at the foothills and the mountains. We'll start here in the foothills, but first let's tell you a little bit about our power ranking sponsors. The Foothills 10 is brought to you by Peak Performance Vault. At Peak Performance, they believe every athlete has the potential to reach new heights and achieve their peak performance. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting, they provide a state-of-the-art training environment for baseball, softball, and golf that combines modern technology with personalized coaching. Located at 352 West Main Street in Forest City, North Carolina, you can look them up at 828-289-1592 or send them an email at peakperformancevault@gmail.com. Well, we saw them earlier this week, North Lincoln, and they put a hurting on Hickory.
Dominating.
So I believe they're still undefeated. They have Hickory again at Hickory tonight, and Maddox McCree on the mound for Hickory. So we'll see if North Lincoln's challenged. Alexander Central still in second place in those rankings. Burns and Watauga both not in the rankings, but Watauga and Freedom both not in the rankings, but on the outside looking in with probably another dozen teams. Like, the Foothill 10s is a little bit more smashed together than it comes with the mountains.
Well,
so
St. Stephen's will be moving up, at least on my poll.
Yes, they will be for sure. Coach Bowman's got himself a good squad. Power rankings for the Mountain 10 are presented by House of Power. If you're looking for one-on-one lessons with hitting, pitching, or catching, strength and conditioning programs, maybe a facility membership, or just trying to rent the cages, then you need House of Power. Founded by former Clemson Tiger and professional baseball player Sheldon Reed, and conveniently located in Mills River, North Carolina. Check them out online at HOP, House of Power, HOPHendersonville.com to learn more. Again, HOPHendersonville.com. Well, up in the mountains, the big upset this week was Pisgah falling to Madison. That one shocked us the other night. Was that Wednesday night on the drive home?
So, yeah.
TC Robertson's still at the top. They're getting ready for their excursion out to Las Vegas, where they're going to be playing in a national tournament. AC Reynolds, they had a loss this week against Brevard. They got 10-run ruled, so that was shocking. So definitely a lot of toss-up. Christ School, I believe they went 3-1 down in Alabama in a tough tournament. Asheville took out West Henderson the other night, so there's definitely going to be some shakeup in the Mountain 10 this week. All right. Well, we also selected a new player of the week. But first, I guess do you want to jump into the Good Iced Tea commercial first, or tell them about Jax Holt?
Let's talk about Jax Holt.
All right. Jax Holt had a great weekend. Jax is from Irwin High School. He had a great week last week. Last Saturday, they played in an in-season tournament, like a small tournament in Polk County with Polk, Tuscola, Brevard, and Irwin, and Jax just blew up. He hit 3 home runs in the tournament. On the week, because they had a couple other games as well, he was 7 for 14. He had 2 doubles, the 3 bombs, 10 RBIs, and really a good statement for the Irwin Warriors, who didn't have a lot of expectations. I shouldn't say that others didn't have expectations for them coming into the season, but they're proving that they got some young talent, and they're going to compete in the middle of that MAC conference. So, again, congratulations to Jax. And I guess I'm going to tell you a little bit about Good Iced Tea. We're really happy to have them as a sponsor this year, whether it's their original Carolina peach, the zesty maple, or tropical island time, all you have to do is brew, chill, relax, and repeat. Earl, the mascot, loves it, and so do we. Order a pouch today that comes with 10 bags for 10 gallons of delicious Ceylon black tea at goodicedtea.com, and follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and X. And now a word from our sponsor.
Tired of tea that disappoints crowds? I'm Earl. Good Iced Tea fixes it. 4 amazing flavors, freshness sealed, 10 pre-measured gallon tea bags in each pouch. Brew, chill, relax, repeat, and enjoy with every sip.
Good too. All right, thank you, Good Iced Tea. All right, well, let's go in and tell you a little bit about both of these teams and where they're coming from. Watauga last year, they were 17-12, finished 6-4 in the old Northwestern alignment.
Won the conference tournament.
They did.
Big.
So that was big. 3rd place in the conference, but they are one of the only conferences out here that has a conference tournament before they head off into playoffs. So they made some upsets. I think they took out South Caldwell, maybe Alexander Central in that tournament. And I think we're going to cover that championship game this year. So made the playoffs. They were the 18th seed in the West. They had a first round win against number 15 Ragsdale, 6-4. And then they lost to conference foe South Caldwell, 7-2 in the second round.
Played them 4 times last year, so might be facing off with the South Caldwell again.
Yeah, South Caldwell, we'll be seeing them in a couple weeks. 2026 record, they're off to a good start, 4-1. They've had wins against West Wilkes, High Britain, North Surrey, and Forbush, with their lone loss to Davie County. Watauga has not played at home yet, so 4-1 on the road, and they should be. When are they heading home next?
Next game.
Okay. So last week, the win at High Britain, 15-8. The win at North Surrey in a close one, 3-2, and then a close loss to Davie County, 3-1. This week, it was the 5-0 win against Forbush, and then here we are today at Freedom. Freedom Patriots last season, they were 9-15 with a tough 1-9 record in conference. That was last place in the Northwestern. There were glimmers of hope, and we're starting to see that in 26 as they start off 3-2. They had wins against Ashe County, who was actually a conference foe last year, in-county rival East Burke and Jerome, and their only loss to Patton and Bunker Hill. So 3-1 at home. They're currently on the 1-game losing streak. Last week was the 4-1 win versus Burke and a 2-0 win against Drone. This week they started off with that 8-6 loss at Bunker Hill. Rained out yesterday, so only 2 games this week for Freedom. Previous matchups, let me see. Let me hop to the back here and see. So last couple matchups here have been a little one-sided. So last year was Watauga 11-1 over Freedom in 5 innings and 14-1 in 5 innings. So really hoping to reverse the curse this year. It's been a minute too. So in 2024, Watauga 11-0, Watauga 16-6. 2023, Watauga 18, Freedom 2, and Watauga 16, Freedom 4. So we are looking at 6 straight 10-run deficits. Why are we here? Well, because we think the tide is turning. You got Caden Michaels on the bump tonight, 90-mile-per-hour arm, and we're hoping to see maybe a little upset city. I want to take some time to thank our pregame sponsor. Again, Meineke, big sponsor for us. We really appreciate them stepping up 2 years in a row. Meineke is our pregame sponsor for the Baseball University of the Blue Ridge Western North Carolina Scout Streaming Series. With numerous locations in Western North Carolina, there's no better spot to get your vehicle seen and serviced. Whether it's an oil change, brakes, mufflers, tires or wheels, AC, you name it, Meineke is doing car care right in Western North Carolina. Well, we always like to take a minute to do a little Where Are They Now section and tell you where are some of the alumni still playing college baseball. Watauga, they got a handful of guys still out there doing it. One that you remember from last year, senior graduate, was Maddox Green. He played football at Carson Newman, was also part of the baseball team his freshman year here. Cooper Critcher is in at Caldwell for his second season, along with Jamison Hodges, who just transferred there from Milligan. Jacob Dilly, He graduated in 2023. He's still playing at UNC Greensboro. And Tristan Salinas has had a little bit of a journey. He started off at South Carolina, then transferred to North Greenville University. And Tristan is still playing college baseball at D1 Rutgers. For the Freedom Patriots, there's a few out there. One of our buddies from last year, Zach Carson, we're a big fan of him. Was able to work with him on his college recruiting very quickly after we saw him at that Mitchell game. And he ended up at Johnson & Wales Charlotte with Coach Huckey. So he's in his freshman season down there. Mason Mosley still playing baseball. He went to CVCC and is now transferred to UNC Pembroke. And then also another graduate from last year, Kyle Self. He is at Minnesota North Vermilion, and I wish we would see more Western North Carolina kids go to the Midwest or the Northeast. I think you would be surprised with the playing time and the depth opportunities for you. Who are we watching tonight? Well, we got some good ones. First, let's start with the Pioneers. In your senior class, we have 4 college commits. Football star Evan Burrows, we saw plenty of highlights from him back during the state championship run for Watauga. He's a middle infielder as well, and he's going to be playing his college baseball at Duke. Luke Rothrock, he's a good right-handed arm. He's committed to Bob Jones University down in Greenville, South Carolina. Jake Blanton, he'll be in center field. He's committed to Division II King University. And tonight's starting pitcher, he's also a catcher, Brett Vanoy, is committed to New River Community College up there in, I believe it's Dublin, Virginia. For Watauga, there's some interesting 2027s. Daniel Jones, now he's a great pitcher, and he's off to, I believe, a 3-0 start. But Daniel pitched already this week, so he's DHing. He'll be in the lineup, but that's a name you got to remember, Daniel Jones. Mid-eights arm, low three-quarters delivery. We'll see him at some point this season. J.J. Everett, he's in the outfield this evening, but he's versatile. He can play just about all 9. JJ is a switch hitter, and that's a bat that we want to keep an eye on. He won our CamWood Bats Player of the Game last year when we covered Watauga and Ashe County. And then Chase Gillian, the catcher. We've also been told to look out for him. And one sophomore on the list, Bryce Scheffler. We may see him this evening. He's a right-handed pitcher and a corner infielder. For the Freedom Patriots, 1 college commit, and he's your starting pitcher, Caden Michaels. He was the home run and RBI leader in the conference last year, and he's up to 92 on the bump. We'll see if he can hit that high number today on a cold evening. Just a big body, 2-way prospect, going to be playing at Caldwell next year with Coach Deaton. I think he's a legitimate D1 prospect in the future. A couple underclassmen, Luke Miller, he'll be in the infield, but he's a very sharp pitcher as well. He threw earlier this week, so we will not see him on the bump. And then Alex Wall, another junior, right-handed arm, big arm. He may be available to close this evening. And then in center field, Coach Hackett told me to keep an eye on Zadrin Halsey. He's a good athlete. He'll be out in center field this evening. And then one of the bigger names, I know he's one of the younger names, but this is one I'm really excited for, folks. It's Puckett Hudson, left-handed swinging catcher. He's also been playing a lot of shortstop this year. He was injured most of last season. He would have been on varsity as a freshman, but he's really having his coming-out party this year, swinging the bat well. Well, I guess it's time to tell them about the Meineke Fleet keys to the game. What makes Meineke the smart choice for your fleet? Solutions to meet the needs of any fleet, including fleet leasing, self-managed, and rental agencies. Meineke is proud to sponsor the Meineke Fleet keys to the game. So Hunter and I usually sit down before each game and try to figure out, based on the roster, the situation, what are some important keys for these guys to address tonight if they're going to be successful. For Watauga, first, it's going to be Johnny Holstaff. Talked to Coach Burrows earlier in the week. He said he's throwing the whole kitchen sink at Freedom tonight. You might see 3 or 4 arms. It's a good time to do that. I know it's a conference game. It's one you want to win, but if they can get ahead early and see 3 or 4 of their own arms, they might be able to pinpoint a couple arms that they can get bigger rolls to as they roll through the season. Secondly, high heat, cold hands. Michaels can dial it up, and he's going to be flame throwing tonight, but Watauga is not really intimidated by that cold weather because they're from Boone. That's probably the coldest spot in western North Carolina. So as the temperatures drop, Watauga is going to have to try to find a way to still put the ball in play and be productive even if the hands are stinging. So they're comfortable even if Michaels is making them uncomfortable with that heat. They'll find a way to get it done. Now for Freedom, they got to be sure-handed and they got to be chess-minded. So like they're playing a game of chess. So we saw the talent last year, but we also saw a need to be more fundamentally sound. With their best arm going, they're going to need to be ready to counter Watauga's small ball. Then lastly, 3-run bombs. Caden Michaels gets some runners on in front of him. It don't have to be a dinger, but that kid has hit more nukes than, well, I'm not going to finish that metaphor right now. However, this kid hit it halfway up the foul or the light pole at App State last year. If you can get 2-3 runners on in front of him, that's going to be your best chance to put a crooked number up. So we're going to go ahead and let the PA announcer do his job and introduce the lines. We'll be back here in just a couple minutes.
Number 22, Tommy Carter. At catcher, number 24, Chase Gillen. On the mound for the Pioneers, number 27, Brett Van Noy. And at first base for the Pioneers, number 3, Bryce Schefter. Now for the lineup for your Freedom Patriots.
There we go.
Out in right field, number 5, Brooks Snipes. Woo! At second base, number 9, Luke Miller. At catcher, number 34, Puckett Hudson.
It's right there.
On the mound for the Patriots, number 8, Caden Michaels. At shortstop, number 6, Carson Wells. Out in left field, number 32, Eddie Branch. At center field, number 4, Zadrian Halsley. At first base, number 17, Eli Trantham. DH for the Patriots, number 22, Will Russ. And at third base, number 3, Jake Moretz. Patriots are led by head coach Tyler Hackett and assistant coaches Chad Michaels, Sean Autry, and Randy Gertson. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you rise. Gentlemen, please remove your hats as we play the national anthem and honor America.
He's never played baseball before, but he had enough guts to come out there.
Let's play ball!
Yes! Yes! Bloom Patch Farm, right here in Hendersonville. Bloom Patch Farm is a specialty micro farm dedicated to rare and extraordinary dahlias. We offer rare dahlia cuttings, premium tubers, healthy potted plants, seasonal bouquet subscriptions, and custom floral work. Bloom Patch Farm ships cuttings and tubers nationwide throughout the year. We specialize in rare and hard-to-find varieties, including the stunning water lilies. Join us in person on April 11th for our farm sale. Free RSVP tickets are available right now on our website. To inquire about seasonal subscriptions or custom floral designs, email us at bloompatchfarmllc@gmail.com. Shop online and reserve your in-person sale tickets at our website, bloompatchfarmllc.com. Bloom Patch Farm, rare blooms grown with intention. Well, let's go ahead and tell you how those Freedom Patriots are lining up tonight. We'll start in the outfield there. You got Branch, Halsey, and Snipes from left to right. In the infield, it's going to be Moretz, Wells, Miller, and Trantham. Across the infield, and there's your battery, Caden Michaels and Puckett. Hudson, that's a dang good battery. Starting lineup for your Watauga Pioneers. Leading off is going to be Evan Burrows, the Duke commit. Then J.J. Everett, the switch hitter. He'll be in left field. Jake Blanton, the center fielder. His hair looked amazing during the pregame. Cade Keller in right field. Daniel Jones at DH, batting fifth. Easton Burns at second base. In the sixth hole, Kwame Carter batting seventh. Chase Gillen behind the plate. And that's Brett Benoit, who will be your starting pitcher. Again, we want to thank our first inning sponsor, Bloom Patch Farms. We want to thank our PA announcer for yelling play ball after the national anthem. It's the first time we've heard that in 5 games. We need more real baseball people out there knowing how to throw the intro out. That's probably my biggest peeve in all of baseball is when we get a no play ball. Come on. All right, so we got first pitch inside, 1-0 count. Grab the radar gun here in a little bit. What's our game time temperature? I know it's going to be a little chilly tonight, but I bet we're still mid-50s. There's a nice hit by Burrows right back through the box. So kind of limping out the box a little bit. Hopefully he didn't tie up his ankle or something. He's got good speed. He's the football player that was all over the state championship highlights.
J.J. Everett.
That shows why Evan is a Division I recruit for baseball. Not intimidated by any of that hard heat. J.J. Everett up now. J.J. looking a little bigger, a little stronger than last year. Switch hitter. J.J.'s got some aspirations to potentially join the military. He's talked about VMI and some of the other educational routes out there. Military is still a good way to get a degree. I think y'all at Freedom had a kid go to West Point last year from your baseball team. What was his name?
Yeah, Jonah Griggs.
Jonah Griggs. I remember him. I think
for 3 sports.
Is he playing ball up there?
I think he's playing baseball and basketball.
Interesting.
But he didn't decide to do.
He's going to try to walk on some.
I got you. Down and in there. So quick 3-0 count. Is that what you got, Hunter?
Oh, yeah.
So Michaels falls behind quickly here to Everett. So you can see the wind rippling through the uniforms a little bit. That ball's going to get away, but it's ball 4. Hudson better find it quick, though, because Burrow's got some speed out there. So 2 quick base runners here for Watauga.
Number 11, Jake Blanton.
Here's Jake Blanton, big fan of Jake. Very good ball player, but a good person, too. Enjoyed meeting him and his family last year, helping out with some of his recruiting efforts. He's going to be at King University next year, Division II baseball program in the SAC. King, kind of in the minority of D2s right now with prioritizing high school recruiting. Working on a little piece for our recruiting families right now, talking about that big leap in age for baseball. There's a ground ball at the middle. Good chance for 2. Oh, but the shortstop, Wells, couldn't get his feet planted there, and that's going to allow the runner to come in on a single. Again, Burrow's still kind of limping around a little bit. Hopefully he's okay. So it'll be an RBI single for Blanton here.
Number 10, Cade Keller.
Again, Wells didn't seem like he had his footing there. It looked like it could have been a double play opportunity, but that ball's going to squirt up the middle for a single. So RBI for Jake Blanton. Yeah, King University prioritizing some high school recruits. The average age of a college baseball player right now is 21.9, so essentially 22. Or pre-COVID, it was 20.1. Keller's going to bunt through that one for strike 1. So it's tougher more than ever as an 18-year-old high school graduate to get into D1 baseball and push big physical bodies out of the way and get playing time. But at the D2 level, I've had a couple D2 coaches say that D2 is essentially the high school player's new D1. Good athlete like Blanton's going to get that opportunity. He's a good student. Cade Keller here, I believe he's more of a football guy. There's a ground ball chopper here. Miller in. He's going to throw it to first for 1 out. So first out recorded of the inning, 4-3. does allow both runners to move up into scoring position. There's Daniel Jones. He's DHing for the first baseman, Bryce Scheffler, this evening. Daniel off to a great start on the mound. I believe he's 3-0. He's got a whippy three-quarter delivery. We saw him last year pitching in the low eights. He's probably a mid-eights guy now. Good athlete, though, so we're going to keep his bat in the lineup. Michaels does have first base open. Nice frame there by Hudson. Steals a strike. So 1-1 count. So we do got the radar gun up here in the booth. I just got to put the batteries in. I guess there's always one thing I'm behind now.
Amateur hour up here. What are we doing?
There's another ground ball. So not a lot of hard contact in this inning. But it's going to get 2 runs in, and that's kind of that small ball we talk about with Watauga. They're going to find ways to produce. So RBI ground out for Jones. It's going to bring in Everett from third base, and Blanton makes his way over to third as well. So 2-0 here early. Second baseman Easton Burns to the plate. Easton, only a freshman, so getting some time here as a 29 grad, an opportunity to get in there and hack it. There's a swing and a miss. So 2 quick strikes here on Burns, who he may not have ever seen a fastball this fast before. There it is. So Michael's strike 3 gets him looking. Again, all our called third strikes are brought to you by Burlett Painting. Painting the corners with Burlett. Well, not a lot of hard contact. Burrows had a good single right back up the middle to start, but a walk, 2 hits, no errors. That brings in 2. We want to thank our home team sponsors this evening. We got 2 of them for you. We got Victory Sports, and we also have Sean Yamber Real Estate. So, again, thank you to the following businesses who are our home team sponsors, supporting the time that we're putting towards marketing this game to college coaches, pregame and editing and posting highlights for the Freedom Patriot prospects with recruiting and scouting content on social media afterwards. So, again, thank you, Victory Sports. You can see their logo up there. And thank you to Weichert Realty. I say that right, but that's Sean Yamber, real estate agent. So we'll tell you a little bit more about them as we head through the game. Well, bottom half coming up for the Freedom Patriots. They're going to be seeing Brett Benoit. He's a good hitting catcher, but he's also going to get more time on the bump the last 2 seasons. He's going to see Brooks Snipes, Luke Miller, and Puckett Hudson to start. We'll show you that how the Watauga Pioneers are lining up here as well. It's going to be J.J. Everett out in left field, Jake Blanton in center, and Cade Keller in right. It's a lot of speed. Kwame Carter at third. You got Burrows, the Duke commit at shortstop, the young Easton Burns at second. That's Scheffler. Again, he's being DH'd for by Jones tonight, but Scheffler's over at first base. And then your battery, Benoit and Chase Gillen. Again, we told you about those first 3 batters, but here's that full lineup for Freedom against Snipes, Miller, Hudson. And the 4-hole, it's Caden Michaels. Like we told you, one of those keys to the game. Put runners on for Michaels. I put it down as 3-run homer, trying to make Earl Weaver happy, but just put some ducks on the pond for him. He's an extra base threat. Batting 5th is Carson Wells, followed by Eddie Branch, Zadrin Halsey, Will Russ, and Jake Moretz. Well, let me get these batteries in here real quick.
Leading off for the Patriots, number 5, Brooks Snipes.
Brooks Snipes. They call him the sniper. Nobody calls him that. Okay. All right. So Brett Benoit, actually our first time seeing him pitch. Again, we did some work with him last year on his prospect films and college recruiting, and he's going to be a Muskie next year at New River. So New River, a growing junior college program up there in Southwest Virginia, not too far from Virginia Tech and Radford campus. And in fact, a lot of the New River Muskies stay on the Radford campus in their condominiums and dorms with an agreement with the school. Swing, ground ball. It's going to be outside the reach of Carter there. And he goes for two, but unfortunately the throw is made in by Everett in time. So it'll go in the books as a single, but Snipes is sniped at second on a 7-4 putout. So chopped one past the reach of Kwame Carter there. But nice job by the quick Everett to get the play in quickly, and one retired. Luke Miller. Sometimes you got to take a risk, but it's early in the game, and with a tough team like Watauga, you got to cherish your base runners. So maybe coming out a little too hot. Here's a pop fly. It's gonna be in that Bermuda triangle down right field line. Oh, but a nice play by Keller, sliding to his knees in foul territory to make the play. So that's a BH Granning glove work right there. So
at the plate for the Patriots, number 34, Puckett Hudson.
First mention of our WebGem sponsor tonight. Again, BH Granning Landscaping. We appreciate the heck out of them. And I'm sure that Vinoy is appreciating the heck out of his right fielder, Cade Keller, after that beautiful play. Here's Puckett Hudson. Hung out with Puckett a couple weeks ago. Went down for a little workout with a pro scout down in Mooresville. He's going to ground one of the shortstop Burrows here. It makes a fine play, fine athletic play. So I guess his foot's feeling a little better after that. So it's 6-3. So a leadoff single, but erased quickly on the outfield assist. So technically one hit, no errors, no runs. Heading into the top of the second, it's going to be the bottom of the order, Kwame Carter, Chase Gillian, and Brett Benoit.
Also, folks, I'd remind you that please go get the foul balls. If you do, take them to the home dugout and get you a nice piece of ball gum. Hopefully last you for the rest of the game. And if it doesn't, be sure to go check out our concession stand.
Good time to mention our Patreon. Again, if you guys aren't familiar with Patreon, it's a crowdfunding site. We started it last year during Legion season. And honestly, I think it's the best coverage and content of Western North Carolina baseball, period. So we've been putting up a lot of conference previews, preseason playoff predictions, power rankings, players of the week podcasts, highlight films, and much more. Memberships only start at $1, and all that money raised stays right here in improving Western North Carolina baseball. So support Mountain Baseball, support Foothills Baseball. Join our Patreon today. Also, thank you to our second inning sponsor, Comfort Keepers of Asheville. Comfort Keepers specializes in comforting solutions for in-home senior care. Nothing's more important than helping people to live full, independent, and dignified lives within the comfort of their own homes. Comfort Keepers offers an extensive range of non-medical care services tailored to the unique needs of each individual they serve. Serving Buncombe and Henderson County, they're also hiring for part-time positions. They need flexible people available for AM and PM shifts in the Asheville and Hendersonville area. So if you're looking for a job, contact them today at 828-687-1199 or asheville@comfortkeepers.com. So quick half inning on the Patriots side. However, with the bottom of the lineup coming up, if Caden Michaels can pound the zone a little bit here, hope we can get Patriots back into that dugout and they can start chipping away at that 2-0 lead. So again, 2 runs on 2 hits for Watauga, 0 runs on 1 hit for Freedom. Kwame Carter, senior, I believe. Let's double check. Yep, senior first baseman, third baseman. He's at third base today. Strong looking body. Not sure if he's got college baseball desire, but he's in there today, and he's facing a tough arm in Caden Michaels, but Michaels falls behind quickly, 3-0. There's a lot of games around North Carolina today. How many exactly? Did you look up the max prep today?
162.
162
wow.
games.
As many as a pro season.
And I think yesterday we only had 2 scores to report, and they were both blowouts. It was Swain and Smoky Mountain, I want to say like 15-5, and then
Murphy
I think
played somebody.
or yeah, maybe it was Murphy Swain or Murphy Smoky. That's strike 3. So it falls behind 3-0 and works all the way back. It's strike 3 looking again.
Coming to the plate for the Pioneers.
All called strike 3s brought to you by Burlett Painting. Painting the corners with Burlett. Number 8 hitter here, Chase Gillian. Chase, a junior. All right, let's see. Which way does this window open? This one that way? So we'll try to shoot a little radar gun here on Caden. That one goes back to the backstop.
Do you want me to move over? And you can move
Oh, no, you're good, buddy. Like I said, I'm probably standing most of this broadcast. You know, you're 6'4" and you're 42 years old. Trust me, sitting down, you might not get back up again. So 86 on the gun there. 2-1 count. Is that wind blowing in or straight out? Or is it just wrapped around that pole in an awkward... I'm thinking the wind's blowing in a little bit, right? What's your take on that? So 87 on that fastball. 87 again, gets the whiff. So all the way back 3-2. So I'm not sure of the dimensions. We don't have measurements on 90 mile per hour ball 4. That ball bounces away. Look at Hudson on it. So even though it's 90, it don't matter when it's ball 4. So K and a walk to start here in the second inning.
Brett Van Noy.
Brett Benoit going to be trying to help himself. Starting pitcher tonight. Brett got some pop in the bat. You know he's in that 9 hole. You can't leave one up to him. So Caden, I think he's got a pro body. He's got a big arm. He's still got a lot of work to do, as any high school kid would. But if he stays the course, he's going to have a chance to play this game for a minute. He's got interest in equal and opposite when he pulls those scaps up, puts that ball up real high. I can't remember that pitcher we were talking about down at Mooresville the other day when we were working out, but we're comparing him to a Los Angeles pitcher that does kind of a similar big pull the scaps, pulls that ball way up tall before he throws it. Long hold here for Michaels. Runner goes. Fouled off. We got a pinch runner.
Yeah.
What number was it? That's the catcher. And then, so I know we got a pinch runner out there for Gillian. We'll figure out who that is here in just a minute.
I think it's it looks like it. Probably have Stillions, but probably this is.
There's that slider from Michael. He's got late break in action, but he's going to have to command it a little bit more to get the swing and the miss. Not a bad waist pitch, though. 2-2. Runner goes. Ball high. Throw down by Hudson. It's going to be sail off of the glove of Miller and out in the right field with no advancement. So stolen base by whoever the pinch runner is, but stolen base is brought to you by Hauling Solutions and Grading. So just like Andrew Casorio up in Henderson County is hauling around mulch and gravel and everything else, our pinch runner out there was hauling tail to second base. Just going to call him mystery runner for now. So Miller and Wells trying to keep the runner close to second. Michaels delivers, fouled back into the netting. Good fight by Benoit, making that pitch count rise. So again, I know the baseball program's still growing, but who's Freedom's main rival when it comes to any sport? Who gets people fired up when y'all? Eastburg?
Watauga.
Used to be Eastburg back in the day.
But y'all ain't in conference anymore, so it's a little tough. Well, I'm sure it's still.
Probably.
Oh, that sound like a broken bat. So nice play by the third baseman, Moretz. Looks the runner back, throws to first for the second out. Keeps the pinch runner at second.
Evan Burrows.
So South Caldwell,
Usually football, South Caldwell.
South Caldwell for football,
Basketball, it's more Watauga.
Watauga for basketball. McDowell.
Yeah.
Talking to McDowell coaches, they feel like they're on an island. They feel like they just get passed back and forth between the MAC and the Northwest every 5-6 years, and they feel like they don't really have like a home. Swing, fouled back again. This is a good Western North Carolina baseball battle right here. One of your top arms versus one of your top athletic position players. So Caden Michaels versus Evan Burrows here. Burrows won the first match with the single up the middle. It started the rally. Got 2 runners in. Again, not a lot of baseballs hit hard in that first inning. Michaels bounces an 87-mile-per-hour fastball there. It's going to be a wild pitch. Again, a good hitter like Burrows, you're not going to blow it by him necessarily. You got to be a little more strategic and hit your spots, because right now he's up, 1-1 count. This would be a good time for a curveball over the middle out. Throw it for a strike. Goes back to the heat, 88, making his catcher work. 2-1. So again, been about 86 to 90 tonight, but got to get in that zone, pitch count up a little bit.
The runner is number 5, Miller Hankins.
Miller Hankins is our runner at third. Miller Hankins. And he may come in to score here unless Zadron does make a play. Excellent. So gets a beat on it. No damage done.
With that play, we've got
1 walk,
the second inning.
a stolen base, but no damage, no hits, no runs. And again, that was number 5, and he's not on our actual list, right? He was on the lineup list that you got. I want to make sure I say his name again.
You get Holston.
Oh, you got bees? We got bees in the... It's terrifying. All right, anyway, we are in the top or bottom of the second.
Middle of the second.
Middle of the second. And let's see who's coming up to the plate here. It's going to be Caden Michaels, Carson Wells, and Eddie Branch coming up for Freedom Patriots. We don't have an away team sponsor today, unfortunately, but we're still going to do what we do and edit all the highlights, and we still market it pregame for Watauga Pioneers. But we have fans listening. We really need sponsors for home and away games to try to help with the time that it takes to put these scripts together, market the games, put the highlights together afterwards, travel expenses. There is no broadcast without our sponsors.
The gas in my Jeep.
So, yeah, gas in the Jeep. And gas prices are wonderful right now.
$3.39. No, where is it? $3.59.
$3.59, I think, when we pulled off the exit. So
I don't know how y'all do it up here.
But yeah, the broadcast is built upon our sponsors. The main goal of the broadcast is to market for college recruiting.
Leading off for the Patriots.
If you have a business or know a business or an organization that would want to put some philanthropic money and time, into sponsorship, please reach out. Broadcast is only going to grow as much as the support we get from the communities. All right. So Caden Michaels trying to help himself out a little bit here. Fell behind 2-0. His stuff looks good. He's just got to get in the zone a little bit. Now, Brett Benoit had a very quick 1-2-3 inning. Not your conventional one because he gave up a leadoff single, but Brooks Snipes tried to stretch into a double and got sniped himself. So, say Benoit, steady Eddie out there, 76 on the fastball. He's not going to overpower you. Just going to try to pound the zone and mix. So Michaels fouls that one off. That was 75 on the gun. That's the beauty of high school baseball. If you throw strikes and you mix and match, you can compete with a mid-sevens heater. Ooh, good spot, but it's going to be ball 4 just low to Michaels. So first, well, not the first base runner technically, but the first that stays on the base. So Caden Michaels heads down to first, but there's going to be a pinch runner.
Number 6, Carson Wells.
So that's William Russ coming out to run for, well, actually, no, we got all those numbers mixed up today, don't we? So who's wearing number 12 for y'all today? says Will Russ, but I think he's Carson Hackett. All right, let me write that in. So Carson Hackett's going to be our courtesy runner for Caden Michaels today. And now batting is Carson Wells, the shortstop. Carson, a senior. Van Noy at the slide step. Say ball's up a little bit, so not timing up the arm and the stride just yet. Falls behind 1-0. Say decent little crowd out here tonight. Say most of them look like they've made their way to the ring behind the backstop. Got a few down the right field line. Any other sports in town tonight? Softball or?
Softball.
How's your softball team? Struggling a little bit? Doing young? Okay.
Kind of small senior class.
Small senior class for softball.
I think they have 3.
Who's our powerhouse softball in mountains?
Inca.
Inca?
But they're kind of down. They've lost a few.
South Caldwell?
Yeah.
Yep.
South Caldwell.
Because Inca, they call them what? The Sugar Jets?
Yeah.
But that's it. Just the girls' team. Girls are Sugar Jets, and then
Comes to the
Sugar
Bloompatch
Bears.
Patriots, number 32,
like
Eddie Brandt.
Pisgah's the
this
Sugar
is called
Bears.
Sugar Bear. What's Sugar Man? That's just
It's
a
like-
an
I don't know.
adjective designated for female sports. I've never heard this before.
I don't know. I don't get it.
Inca does have the sugar.
Yep, Sugar Jets. You're saying the Pisgah's got Sugar Bears. We ain't Sugar Knights at North Henderson. It's all about sugar.
Well, traditionally there wasn't any female knights.
It's like promoting diabetes to the female sports or something. I don't know.
He slid back to second to know for that reason.
So Zadrin Halsley, or no, Eddie Branch, the batter, bunts through strike 1. First and second here. So great opportunity for Freedom. Try to get back in this game here early. Squares the bunt, pops it up. It's going to be back behind the backstop, actually kind of closer to the press box.
Are you stubborn here?
Huh?
Are you stubborn in this 0-2 count right here? I would
if you're
be.
Coach Hackett, you might tell him, like, you're putting the bunt down. Like,
Get it
that's what-
down.
You know what I mean? And if not, then that's just a teachable moment. But
Mm-hmm.
what you don't want to see here is a ground ball double play. Nice mix by Van Noy. Went to the curveball, misses outside. I'll tell you what, did not flash the bunt there. I say if he's swinging away after that curveball, bust him in with a fastball so you can get the grounder off the hands. Van Noy goes to the outside corner, and that is strike 3 looking. So what started out as a sacrifice bunt attempt turns into a strikeout and
Number
the
4,
first out of this
Zadrin
inning.
Halsley.
That's a Burlett Painting called strike 3, painting the corners with Burlett. That's a rally killer sometimes. So we'll see if Zadrin Halsley can pick him up. Kids watching at home, it may not be glorified, but I promise you your hand will be hurting from all the high fives you get after putting that sack bunt down. That's how you help your team, especially if you end up winning by 1 run. Bunting way down in Major League Baseball. What's it looking like in college? They still bunt.
Depends who you're playing.
Well, was it UPenn beat Auburn last year on a walk-off bunt suicide squeeze? I mean, I think the bunt is still very much a tool of offensive attack.
It is a mid-major. Not so much.
Well, what was the one guy we were joking about on the way down, the spring training stolen base champion?
Some guy just beat the spring
Oh.
training stolen base record and picked a base up.
Ricky Henderson style. Pop up here in the middle of the field. Deep enough there will be no infield fly. That's Blanton out there to pull it in for out number 2. Bring Will Russ to the plate. Will wearing 22 tonight.
We talked to him earlier.
Yep. Will was up here doing the scoreboard during the JV game.
Will Russ.
Will is DHing for Eli Trantham tonight. Eli's at first base. So that's funny. We got 2 first basemen being DH for here in this game. That's a probability that you didn't think would be fulfilled.
Red Sox minor leaguer Braden Ward set the record. 17 steals as of March 12th. 27 years old, and he picked the base up.
Let's hope that's not his career highlight, like the high of his career.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't want to max out in spring training. You hope you have a major league career after that. So Will Russ here swing a left-handed stick. He's going to pop one up to the left side. J.J. Everett waves his hands and hauls it in for out number 3. So after 2 complete here, it's 2-0 Watauga. You got an ad read?
Yeah.
So why don't you do that? I'm going to try to do some social media updates, see if we can get some more viewers.
Well, stay connected on social media with Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Like and subscribe on YouTube at youtube.com/@bbuniversitywNC. Like us on Facebook at Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram at @bbuniversitywNC, and check out our website at baseballu.com. There you go.
All right, so after 2, Watauga is up 2-0 over the Pats. We'll talk about the Pats here in a minute.
The Pats.
Controversy today about what the proper mascot title is for you guys.
Well, American Legion is a proud sponsor of Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. We're here to remind you that Legion is back, and our best players in Western North Carolina should be planning on trying out in early April. You got those dates, Ryan, for junior and
Yes,
senior
I want to say
Legion?
it's March 28th. Let me pull that up.
Post 70 is also looking for new members, so if you're a veteran, consider coming out to Post 70 in Asheville.
Yeah, they do a ton of great. Like they were walking me through all the charity work they do. So again, if you're a veteran up there in that Buncombe County area, please join. They need more members. All right, here you go. Here's your tryout dates. Chris Decker posted them, head coach, the other day. March 28th at Brevard High School, 3:30 to 5:30 is senior, and then 5:30 is when the Junior Legion tryout starts. And then April 12th at Asheville High School for the senior, and then April 26th at AC Reynolds after the state game tryouts. I think it's 3:30. So again, March 28th for both, and then the second tryout, April 12th for senior, April 26th for junior. You can go check out Post 70 on X and Facebook for more dates as well. And I talked to Guy Fisk the other day. He's one of the Legionnaires. He always wants to remind me to remind you that not only did Asheville go to the World Series last year, but they won Area 4, beat Cherryville, won the States, beat Cherryville, won regionals, beat Cherryville, and went to the World Series. So it's very important if you ever get into Legion baseball. You got to beat Cherryville. So anyway, top of the third, Jake Moretz. I'll switch my lineup card. J.J. Everett leading off. He'll be followed by Cade Keller and Daniel Jones. But yeah, we arrived today, and they're like, "What are you doing here?" We're like, "We're here for the Pats game." And they're like looking at us. What's the Pats? Like the Patriots. Like no one calls them the Pats. I'm like, it's in your Twitter. It says Freedom Pats. You know. So what do you walk around the hallways here? Is it Patriots? Or does Pats sound too much like Patton? Patriots. Okay, so not the Pats.
They need to change the Twitter handle then.
Yeah. Your security guards strangle me next time. Good Lord. I thought I was a Patton fan. All right, Caden Michaels delivers. Oh, nice spinner. Put the turn signal on and came right back across the outer half. J.J. Everett is shocked, but I don't think he's shocked by the call. I think he's shocked by the spin on that curveball. Holy moly. So that's a called strike 3, painting the corners with Burlett Painting there. Good Lord. That thing was like a boomerang.
Like a boomer?
Jake Blanton up. Again, Jake.
Hey, boomer.
Very good athlete, very fast runner, good arm, good outfielder. He's got some pop. Kind of got an interesting little hitch. It's almost like a right-handed Heston Kjerstad.
Saw him in person back in 2018.
Alabama?
Arkansas,
That's right.
lost the College World Series. We were heckling him in left field.
Heston.
Love Heston.
He's got a great nickname too, Silent J.
Either his yeah. It was either his like girlfriend or sister, or like all their family was out there, and like we were heckling him, and even they were heckling him. So it was fun.
Jake, I was gonna say that was a tough slider. He knocks it right back to Michaels, but lucky to even get some bat on that. Man, that slider is whipping out of Michaels' hand. So 1-3.
The Pioneers, number 10, Cade Keller.
Now we've worked out Caden a few times. We've got him on the TrackMan. He does have high spins. He's got clean mechanics. He could probably be a little more efficient at times, but I'm telling you, there's a high 90s arm in there once he gets to age 21, 20 years old. He's hit 90 a couple times tonight, sitting high 8s.
I hit 90 the other day.
Velo is not the most important thing in the world, but it is a separator once you start getting older.
Did you hear me?
What's that?
I hit 90 the other day.
Driving.
Yeah, not throwing. Statute of limitations is going on that one.
Cade Keller, the batter. I swear I saw somewhere this kid is committed to play football somewhere. Y'all know it all? Is it Wingate? That does sound right. So let's see if we can find Cade on Twitter real quick. Cade Keller. Whoa! That'll shock you. That's John Crook versus Randy Johnson fear right there. 93 All-Star game.
Let's get that bat down, Pratham. Shout out to our 9 other viewers.
Yeah, right. All right. Caden Michaels delivers. Boom. Oh, I guess just a bit low. I thought that was it. So I guess we're going to have a 3-2 count after all here. Goes to the heat, bounces it. So that's going to be a 2-out ball 4.
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones coming up to the plate. Looking for a Cade Keller on Twitter. Can't find him. Who knows? I think it's Wingate.
Check
He's
your
down.
favorite app, Instagram.
X is not fun right now. I don't know what's going on. It's so hard to like tag people. I need a social media intern. So 2 outs, 1 man on here. Daniel Jones is the hitter. Again, he's DHing for the first baseman, Bryce Scheffler.
He did pretty good this year. And oh wait, that's a different sport.
There's a strike on the outside. Oh, did he call that?
No,
Okay, ball 2.
you didn't.
Hmm?
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones,
Does he have a
football player
Yeah.
for what team?
No, like NFL Daniel Jones.
I don't watch the NFL anymore.
I
Man.
know.
I don't even know.
No, but you knew who Sam Gash was.
Yeah, dude, but that's because Sam Gash is Sam Gash, and that's 2000, 2001. You know, it was back when I actually paid attention to other sports.
You probably had a television
25
subscription
years
back
ago.
then.
Cable, baby. Ravens won the Super Bowl in 2000, 2001. Sam Gash, Pro Bowl fullback, had 2 carries and was like 3 years with the Ravens.
Hendersonville's finest. He needs to. He should go be the baseball coach.
There's a strike, 3-2, full count now. Michael's pitch count is getting up there a lot, deep into the counts. Has had a couple walks. That's a big key here for Watauga. If they want to pull away late, is knock this starting pitcher out. Ground ball here to Miller, picks it up, throws across, and that is out number 3. So nice job by Miller.
That great defensive effort.
Quick
Here now at
hands.
the bottom of the 3rd inning.
1 walk, no hits, no runs. It's 2-0 heading into the bottom of the 3rd. For your Freedom Patriots, it will be 9-1-2, Moretz, Snipes, and Miller. I want to talk a little bit about our in-game sponsors. Again, we appreciate our inning sponsors, but we also have some in-game sponsors that are going to be popping up throughout the day. You've heard a few already, but here's all of them. If there's a pitching mound visit, it is brought to you by Ion Outdoors. As we get into the bottom half of the 4th inning, we'll start telling you more about our Chad McMahon State Farm insurance runs. Any good web gems out there brought to you by BH Granning Landscapes at BH Granning Glove Work. Any stolen bases are going to be brought to you by Hauling Solutions and Grading. Again, it's Andrew Casoria out of Henderson County. Called Strike 3 is brought to you by Burlett Painting, painting the corners of Burlett. And then towards the end of the game, we'll have a Next Level Baseball North Carolina play of the game, Next Level play of the game, and then our CamWood Bats player of the game. Brett Benoit back out for inning number 3. Brett has yet to, he did give up the leadoff single to Snipes, so he's given up 1 hit, 2 walks.
Speaking of Hendersonville, 10-8 over Mitchell.
Hey, good for Hendersonville. They got 10-run ruled by Mitchell in the beginning of the week. So for them to split the conference is exactly what we wrote about in our Patreon preseason conference previews. And also we did a 5 bold predictions for 2026 about Hendersonville and how we thought they would place in the Western Highlands. So again, go join that Patreon for $1 and read some of the best sports writing that you'll find out there on Western North Carolina baseball.
The only sports writing you'll find on Western North Carolina mountain baseball.
There's a few others out there masquerading as if they know about it, but
Yeah, as if.
All right, Moret's going to foul one off here to the side.
Yeah, we're trying to get
2-1.
y'all highlights too, but Ryan's computer feels like it's been hit with the EMP burst
Oh,
from
yeah.
somewhere out east. So.
We're gonna buy a new computer here probably tomorrow. My laptop's on the fritz. Got to catch up on some video projects for y'all. 2-2 here. Benoit evens the count after falling behind 2-0. Moret's at third base this evening. Oh, strike 3 looking. Benoit went to the curveball. Moretz watches it dot the outside of the plate. And that is strike 3 looking. Brought to you by Burlett Painting. Painting the corners with Burlett. Snipes, the only hit of the game, bounded one past the third baseman, Kwame Carter, to lead off in the first, but was thrown out at second by J.J. Everett, trying to extend it to a double. Benoit working quickly, filling that zone. So Benoit walked the first 2 batters in the second, but has found the strike zone again. Again, he's not necessarily bringing the heat, but he's bringing steady location. 75 on the gun. Mixing in a good curveball. Ball out. Went to that curveball again. 2-1 count. 2-1, 2-2, 2-2. Ball up and away. So full count here. Snipes hoping to get on base here and see if, not with that pitch there. So on the outside corner, went with the fastball. Another strike 3 looking. So Burlett Painting called strike 3. I'll bring Luke Miller up with 2 outs. Luke flew out the right field his first time up.
Coming to the plate for the Patriots, number 9, Luke Miller.
Luke, good athlete, good pitcher, threw earlier this week. Benoit, nice mix. And again, that's what you don't have to throw 90, kids. This kid's pounding the zone, throwing strike after strike. So when he comes with the off speed, he's getting his bats moving, getting uncomfortable swings just like that one. Ball up. 1-1 count. Again, good athletes around the field here for Watauga. A lot of speed in the middle with Burrows and Blanton. Got Everett and Keller out there in the outfield. And all 3 of them, I believe, are sub-7 runners. Strike 3, Benoit. 3 straight Ks looking. Strikes out Moretz, Snipes, Miller, all Burlett Painting, called strike 3. Painting the corners with Burlett. Heading into the top of the 4th, it'll be Easton Burns, Kwame Carter, and Chase Gillen. Well, Got to swing the bat to score runs. Left the bat on the shoulder 3 times in a row there. Caden Michaels coming back out for inning number 4. Let's tell you a little bit about our 4th inning sponsor. Nova X Kinectics, formerly known as Nova Pitching. Youth, high school, and college pitchers, are you trying to take the next step in your player development? Nova X Kinectics is directed by Anthony Payne. Coach Payne has worked with several Western North Carolina arms in the last few seasons and helped them make major jumps in their physicality, velocity, and overall athletic performance. By infusing data, analytics, and biomechanics, Coach Payne is trying to help pitchers get the most out of their potential. If you're looking to make strides in your pitcher performance, get with Coach Payne at Nova X Kinectics ASAP. He offers in-house and remote training options for high school and college level athletes. So whether you're in Western North Carolina or outside of it, you can get with Nova X Kinectics. Nova X Kinectics, new school data, old school grit. Again, a lot of his pupils are doing really well in high school and college. Again, Carter Burnett graduated high 8s, maybe 87. He's up to 97 at Western now. You got Zach Wester and Landon Wright, both up in the low 9s for Pisgah. Zach was about 81, 82, 83 a year ago, so that's a huge jump. Brady Ray was a guy junior year at North Buncombe, maybe 78, 79. He got up to low 90s. He's at Cleveland Community College now, is a big part of our post-70 American Legion run. Coach Payne is going to teach you everything you need on recovery, stretching, lifting, just trying to understand what your routines need to be. So I appreciate him being our 4th inning sponsor. So Caden Michaels back out there for inning number 4. Again, gave up 2 runs in that first inning. 87 on the gun there. So those 2 runs were not necessarily missiles or bombs hit against them. It was manufacturing runs. Burrows had that leadoff single. Everett took the walk, and then Blanton bounded one, a CNI single up the middle to score runs. So you just get some runners on, and sometimes things happen. Daniel Jones had the second RBI, just a ground out to the second baseman, perfectly placed, allowing Everett to score that second run. And that's where it stands right now. Say since. Michael's been pretty tough. He's let up a couple walks, but no hits
I don't think we've
since
had a hit in the
the
last 2
Blanton
innings.
single. So it's kind of turned into a pitcher's duel here. Van Noy's been sharp as well. It's an interesting juxtaposition, too. When you got a 90 arm and a 75 arm, and they're getting the same results. So Easton Burns goes down looking. It's a Burlett paint and strike 3, painting the corners of Burlett, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4 Ks now for Caden Michaels. Caden with a K.
Reminds me of the meme where it's like Greg Maddox, and when you hire him as a painter on your house,
He only paints the
he only
corners.
paints the corners. But the other ones were like chick stick the long ball.
I ain't gonna lie though, you go back and you look at some of those 90s highlights, like you got catchers setting 1.5 miles off the plate, and if you hit the glove, like Eric Gregg was gonna be, yeah, gonna give it to you. Go watch, what was it, Levon Hernandez or Orlando Hernandez? One of them threw, there's a no-hitter or shutout or something. Maybe it's El Duque. Remember him for the Met or the Yankees? Big leg kick, Cuban pitcher. But there's some, I think it's a no-hitter. You go back and you look at the calls he's getting, it's ridiculous. Like the ABS system would blow up today. Nice piece of hitting there by Carter to keep his hands in on a tough curveball. It's just going to be a hard line out to center field, though. So 2 quick outs here for Michaels.
Coming to the plate for the Pioneers.
Chase
Number
Gillen.
27.
Chase Gillen.
Chase Gillen. Sorry, folks. Chase Gillen. 24.
Chase, the catcher this evening. He was a name that was a late add on Coach Burrow's prospect sheet, but he's been pretty happy with the catcher. It's allowed them to use Benoit a little bit more on the bump. Michael stumbles on that delivery there, bounces it, ball 1. But Gillen, a name to watch in this junior class, doing the catching tonight. Benoit, the pitcher, on deck. There's a drive. Adrian Halsey back. Makes a nice read on it in the gap. It's a big league play out there. So BH Granning glove work by Adrian Halsey out there in center field. Very athletic outfielder. It's a 1, 2, 3 inning. The first one for Caden Michaels and the Patriots. 2-0 here heading into the bottom of the fourth. It's going to be Puckett Hudson, Caden Michaels, and Carson Wells. Again, we want to thank our home team sponsors tonight. We got 2 of them. Again, it's Victory Sports and Sean Yamber Real Estate. Again, that's Weichert Realty, I believe Sean works for. I want to thank both of them for sponsoring the time that we're putting towards marketing the game to college coaches pregame, and then editing and posting highlights for the Freedom Patriots afterwards. It also goes towards our travel expenses. Gas ain't fun right now. We just did a road trip to Lincoln County, stayed in a wonderful Quality Inn. But it's our sponsors allow us to do this for our players. So again, we thank Victory Sports, and we thank Weichert Realty, specifically Sean Yamber, real estate agent. And Victory Sports, they're pretty local here. I believe they're a sports apparel group, so I want to tell you a little bit more about them. Let me find their website here. There we are. All right, so Victory Sports and Apparel. Where's there? So they provide custom apparel, uniforms, and equipment for sports teams, corporations, and individuals. So again, if you need just like a lot of prints for unis, t-shirts, whatever it may be, you can go to Victory Sports LLC at gmail.com and talk to them about custom orders. I'm looking at some of the prints they do here. It's really nice work. But again, thank you to Victory Sports Apparel for their sponsorship this evening.
Halfway home.
All right, so Puckett Hudson trying to get a little rally started. Starts off this inning with a base hit. So first hit since the leadoff hitter, Brooks Snipes, got himself thrown out trying to get a double. So we've had base runners in 3 of the 4 innings, though. So again, Freedom not going away quietly. They just got to get the big hit. And we talked about Caden Michaels and the key to the game, like get some runners on ahead of him. He's got 1 here. You want to give Caden an opportunity to hit with a few runners on. Caden's first at bat was leading off the second. So if you can get some runners on ahead of him, again, he was the conference home run leader last year. I believe the conference RBI leader. He's been getting some attention for his 90-mile-per-hour fastball recently, but must remind all those folks, all those college coaches, this kid can hit absolute nukes. Puckett Hudson going to run for himself, the catcher, and good athlete. Benoit delivers fastball at the bottom of the zone, strike 2. So Benoit not intimidated, going right after these hitters tonight. Runner goes. That's strike 3, and that's a strike him out, throw him out, double play. Not what you like to see from your 3-4 hole, but that's the way it is. So caught stealing. Hudson's thrown out, and that is strike 3. Looking to Caden Michaels as Burlett painting the corners. Burlett. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Ks now for Benoit. He's been cruising out there on the mound. There's another strike, Carson Wells. Like I said, you don't need to bring the heat to be competitive in college or high school baseball. And Benoit's been about 75, 76 all night. And Freedom hasn't been able to do much with it because he's pounding the zone, hitting the corner, staying low in the strike zone, and mixing in that curveball really well. 66 on the curveball there, strike 2. So again, nobody on after the leadoff single now. Strike him out throw him out double play and some BH Granning glove work. Goes back to the curveball, misses low. Good mix. So Wells walked his first at bat. Finds himself in a 2-2 count here with 2 outs. 76, close to the corner, but it's ball 3. And if you're Benoit here, I think you just go right to the fastball. Say, try to beat me. And that's what he did. Strike 3, swinging. So Carson Wells goes down as the 6K of the afternoon, of the evening for Benoit. He's cruising. His pitch count's not too bad either, so he'll probably stay out there. I know Coach said they might be going Johnny Holstaff. They might not have to here. Let's talk a little bit about our Patreon. If you're at home right now and you enjoy reading good sports news and you want to support Western North Carolina baseball and the coverage that we give to our prospects, trying to help them find college homes, then please join our Patreon, patreon.com/BB University WNC. You're going to find conference previews, preseason playoff predictions, power rankings, player of the weeks, articles, podcasts, highlight films, and much more. Memberships start at only $1. There are different tiers if you want to give a little more. There are perks. But all that money raised stays right here in supporting Western North Carolina baseball. Support Mountain Baseball. Support Foothills Baseball. Caden Michaels back out there for inning number 5. Pitch count might be getting up there a little bit. He did have a 1-2-3 last inning, I believe. Yes, he did. So he's got 9-1-2 here in the 5th. Benoit, Burrows, and Everett. Benoit 0 for 1, grounded out to third base his first time up.
Number 27, Brett Van Noy.
Getting a little deeper in the game here. Watauga going to be looking for some Chad McMahon insurance runs. Benoit starts his AB with a foul ball down third base line. So I guess these mics are working out a little better tonight so far. If
I
there's
don't know.
anybody,
Someone tell us in the chat how
say
it sounds.
anybody in the chat listening, we switched back to our old mics. We invested some money in new mics this year, but I'm having some issues with them, especially on distance, when we go out for interviews at the end of the game. But we switched back to our old mics today, and I think we're having better luck. So drop us a line if we sound good or if we don't. Foul ball off to the right side, bullpens. Gonna roll up near the concession stand. So 1-2 count coming to Benoit. Again, top of the 5th. I believe Brett had a couple home runs last year himself. So, again, he's in the 9-hole tonight, but he's got some pop in that bat. New River hoping to tap into it next year. They're probably enjoying what they're seeing out of him as a pitcher here, too. 2-2 delivery coming from Michaels. Goes to the curveball. It's a foul ball here on the 73-mile-per-hour curve. Ooh, ball high. I think everybody here and everybody in the field thought it was strike 3. All the fans making some groans. Goes back to the heat. 87 popped up. That's Luke Miller making the call. One-handed catch of the pop out there.
Coming to the plate for the Pioneers, number 7, Evan Burrows.
Evan Burrows, second at bat. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. Again, it looked like he was kind of limping after he had that leadoff single in the first. Even when he scored that run, it seemed like he was a little tender, but still in there, still making moves. One-0 count. 88 on the fastball. And my radar gun is an old school stalker. Measures it on the way to the plate. A lot of controversy with velocity right now out there. And it's a fly ball out. Snipes out there hauling it in. But a lot of controversy on velo because some technology picks it up out of the hand. Some picks it up on the way to the plate. And so a 90-mile-per-hour fastball on a stalker may show up as like 95 on some data. So there's a lot of controversy right now. What technology to use when evaluating velocity. So 2 down here is Everett up. There's a backside slapper. It's knocked down by Moretz. Picks it up, throws across. Gets him by half a step just in time. 2 back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings. So Michaels and the Patriots needed that.
Your Freedom Patriots.
So it's now 7 straight recorded by Michaels as they head into the bottom of the 5th. He's really zoned in now and cruising. It's just my only question is, what is his pitch count? That's why having a game changer would be nice. All right, it's going to be Eddie Branch, Zadrin, Halsey, and Will Russ to lead off the bottom of the 5th. In our line right now, it's 2 runs, 2 hits, 0 errors for Watauga, 0 runs, 2 hits, 0 errors for Freedom. So you got to love a clean game, and that's why it's cruising right now. So we're in the bottom of the 5th, and what time is it? What time is it?
You said clean game. So.
Well, yeah, you got to knock on wood. Say we were kind of talking to that at the beginning of the East Lincoln game, and it ended up being 16-3. So,
what is time for Chad McMahon insurance runs?
Chad McMahon insurance runs.
Not
well,
yet. It's middle 5th, so.
Got to score some runs to mention.
What do you mean?
him.
What time is it?
I'll
You
say
asked me what, like actual
time? 7:12.
Oh, 7:12.
All right, so 7:12. Game started at 6:30. So we're like not even 45 minutes into this game yet, right? Game time starts at 6:30. Holy.
No, it was way earlier.
Oh, we started earlier today?
Yeah, it started way earlier.
So we weren't honest to the 6:30 start time. Okay.
Leading off for the Patriots, number 32, Eddie Branch.
Say his game is kind of cruising, though, on time. It's a good sign. I like fast games because it means it's good, clean baseball. The 4-hour games we've done in the past are usually accompanied by 15 errors. Like our first game of the year, there's a bunt here. Branch motoring, and they're going to call him safe. It's a bang-bang play. It looked like they may have had him. But, man, that's small baseball. You got to do it sometimes. So it's a bunt single for Branch. Burroughs didn't like the call. He kind of came out to protest for a minute. He's asking the umpire to go talk to the other umpire to get a little bit more help. I'll be honest, from my angle, I think I had him out. But it's close enough. What I do respect is when an umpire makes a call quickly. So at least he immediately made the sign. And if he stands by it, it is what it is. Hunter says safe on the replay. You know why? It's like even if he was out, there wasn't a stretch really from the first baseman because he was straddling, trying to be open to make the play.
See the ball right there?
Oh, yeah. Hunter, show me the replay. He's safe. That's the right call. Get back in the dugout. Replay's good. He's safe. He's safe.
New York saying he's safe.
We called into New York. He's safe.
At the plate for the Patriots, number 4, Zadrin Halsley.
Zadrin was a addition to the prospect list from Coach Michaels, Coach Hackett. They're very happy with his athleticism. You've seen him run down a couple shots in center field tonight. So Zadrin is a name we need to keep an eye on. Zay or Zadrin? What's he go by in the dugout? Zadrin. I say that right?
Plays middle linebacker for us for football.
Oh, middle linebacker too. You can see it in the legs. I don't want that kid hitting me. He led the Freedom Patriots in varsity tackles this year. So strong center fielder, and he's also in the middle of the football field. Turns the bunt here. Nice one. Benoit's off the mound. Throws it to first. That's a good old-fashioned sack bunt in the box score that will not count against Halsey's batting line.
Coming to the plate for the Patriots, number 22, Will Russ.
Will Russ, a left-handed swinger. Left-handed swinger. He popped out to the left fielder his first at bat. He's DHing for the first baseman Eli Trantham this evening.
D3 offers for football.
So Eddie Branch out there leading off second is also a good football player. He's got a lot of Division III interest. Any idea what he wants to study? Football?
Nurse.
He wants to be a nurse? Nice. So nursing degrees are very popular right now. It's a steady job. So there's any football programs out there. You got Branch out there at second looking for D3 football opportunities. Anybody D3, better keep your grades up because it's great sports. But to help you pay for school, it's got to be all academic financial aid. So no athletic scholarships for D3, but a lot of talent. It's usually high academic talent.
He's got a couple academic scholarships too.
That's how it works. You know, a lot of people think D3 baseball is not good. I don't understand where that theory came from. Coach Burrows played at Ohio Northern Powerhouse D3. I did a year there. I'm from Maryland. John Hopkins is a D3 powerhouse up there. There's a lot of good D3, but what you see is it's high academic kids. That's how they're paying for their school. Swing and a miss. Strike three. That's a big K right there for Van Noy trying to kill a rally. So now it's up to Jake Moretz here to see if he can turn the lineup over and try to get Branch
Patriots, number 3,
in
Jake
from second
Moretz.
base. They got to score runs to win in this game. And Freedom's had runners on in 4 of the 5 innings, but have not been able to push one past second base yet. So no runners have reached third even. Patriots got to put some offense together here against Vinoy. Again, not overpowering fastball, just a good mix. He's pounding the zone. That's what's allowing him to mix in his off speed. This is low there. Oof, it's close. 2-0 count. Snipes on deck. He's got one of the 2 hits for the Patriots this evening. Another close miss.
Jake also plays football.
Jake Moretz, also a football player. What position?
Linebacker and kicker.
Linebacker and a kicker. So, again, Patriots probably better known for their football program. If you had to pick one program here that stands out, football program's tough. What other sports have been thriving? Basketball's been doing well.
Play for the Patriots. Number 5, Brooks Snipes.
4 state champions, men's or women's?
Men's, 4 men's, 1 women's.
So both men's and women's basketball pretty good. Wrestling team?
Playoffs is the only thing we've came to.
Gotcha. Volleyball, soccer.
I think he won 2 state championships for volleyball in like the 90s, late 80s.
Nice. So volleyball is a powerhouse in the 90s and 80s. Things come in waves. Again, Freedom trying to build their baseball program up. It's one of the best teams they've assembled in years. Trying to string together some winning seasons here for the baseball team. This would be year 1, so if they can finish over 500 and then bring them back and do it again next year. So Moretz here. Moretz took the walk, right? So this is Snipes back up for a 3rd time. First and second here. Snipes takes a strike. It's 0-2 quickly. Back pick here by Gillen, not in time. So again, a single by Branch on the bunt, a sac bunt by Hawsley. Russ strikes out, and Moretz draws the walk, turns the lineup over for Snipes. Snipes 1 for 2. So 1-2 count. This is where Vinoy's been tough today. Goes to the curve, slapped away. The ball is slice into the bullpen, foul. Freedom hopeful, trying to make some noise, get behind the Patriots here. Best scoring opportunity of the evening. 2 runners out there. Again, Vinoy's been tough, not overpowering, just tough. Making his pitches. A lot of called strikes tonight, just like that one. Strike 3. Watches the curveball. I'm going to count those Ks up here because that's another Burlett painting the corners of Burlett. Strike 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Ks for Van Noy. Tell you what, Vinoy might be working on a good case for CamWood Bat Player of the Game with this performance, but We'll see if Freedom can spoil it. But first, let's tell you about our social media platforms here. Again, trying our best. Really need a social media intern or something, but you can find us on YouTube. So if you're watching it right now and you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and get updates to all our broadcasts. Like us on Facebook. Again, it's BB University WNC. It's our handle on all these sites. Facebook's good for the neighborhood, letting you know where we're going to be. X, it's good for the college recruiting. Instagram, it's something. But join us on Instagram, X, Facebook, and YouTube. And you can also go check out our website at baseballu.org. So heading into the top of the 6th inning, this game is flying right now. It's going to be the middle of the order, Jake Blanton, Cade Keller, and Daniel Jones coming up to the plate. Caden Michaels is going to be replaced here. It's by number 2. This is Alex Wall coming into the game. So we'll give you a final line here on Caden Michaels against fastballs about 86 and 90 on the evening. Pitch count got up there a little bit, but let's go ahead and figure out his totals here. So Caden works 5 innings, gives up 2 runs earned on only 2 hits. He strikes out 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that it? 1, 2, 3. Yep, so 4 Ks. And walks 1, 2, 3. 3 walks. So 5 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, 4 Ks. So pretty good line by Michaels. He was 86 to 90. And this is Alex Wall Jr. in the pitch. So Alex is a part of a trio of pitchers here for Freedom, along with Luke Miller, that's very promising. Has a chance to push these guys in the playoffs. And he's going to be asked to keep this score close. 84 in the gun there. Got a tough opponent ahead of him right here in Jake Blanton. Jake's 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Grounded out his last time up. Goes to the curveball. It's up and over the zone. So again, 2-0 here. Top of the 6th. Blanton's going to foul one off. Hooks it down the left field line. 83 on the gun there. So some good velo here from Wall. Mid-8s. Goes the curveball there, bounces it. 2-2. And Jake Blanton got good speed. Third baseman Moret's up on the grass. Probably wise. Again, there's a slap to left field. And so turns on an 82-mile-per-hour fastball and slaps into left field for a single. First hit for Watauga since the first inning. So, wow, Caden Michaels would really shut him down for a minute there, but Jake Blanton breaks the streak. So, hits in the first and 6th inning for Jake Blanton. He's 2 for 3. Again, he is a stolen base threat. 84 misses up top of the zone. So, again, Wall bringing some good heat. Blanton got the best one there. Now you got the switch. Well, excuse me, who we got here? Cade Keller. Got Cade. Blanton takes off. Puckett throws down. Good jump by Blanton. So stolen base. That's a Hauling Solutions and grading. Stolen base. So just like Andrew Casorius hauling all that mulch, dirt, gravel around Henderson and Buncombe County, Jake Blanton was hauling tail right there on on that stolen base. Now with nobody out, there's a runner in scoring position for Cade Keller and the Pioneers. Nice curveball there. Buckled his knees. Timeout called by Hudson. I think maybe they were crossed up on the sign there. So I just want to make sure that don't happen again. So 1-2 count. Blanton takes his lead off second. He's got Wells and Miller trying to keep him close. Here's the kick and the delivery. Good fastball, rode up in on the hands. I think they're going to say it's just a bit high. It was a good pitch, though. Two delivery coming. Fouls off the off speed. So I know there's nobody out here. I know it's a 2-2 count, but I don't hate a 2-2 bunt call here. I don't think they'll get it, but just trying to push an extra insurance run across while the temperature drops down. The offense can get a little tough here. Spoils another curveball there, 67, 66 on those last two curveballs. Big pitch coming here, 2-2. 84-mile-per-hour fastball, hit off the right side, foul. Good AB here by Keller. Fell behind early. So he might be able to get him timed up here now. He's seen some pitches. I think if you're Wall here, you try to go middle in. See if you can get that ground ball on the left side. Fly ball here, left center field. Zadrin in. Halsey, two hands, but it pops out of the glove. It's going to be an E8. He made a great effort coming all that way. Had both hands up, just popped in and out of the leather. The good news is Blanton does not move up, so it will be an E8, but it's first and second still. Force out is in play. Y'all good?
Mm-hmm.
So a little bit of a rally cooking now for the Patriots. This is Daniel Jones, again, the DH tonight. Good pitcher as well. Wall in a little trouble, but really not of his own there. He got the pitch he needed. Should be one out with the runner on second, but again, first and second, nobody out. Force play is intact. Daniel Jones just bunted through strike one, so the bunt's on. Trying to give themselves up here. Michael's in at first. Very, very shallow on the grass. It allows Keller to get a big lead. Throw down to third. That ball is going to sail back towards that 5-5 hole. So Jake Blanton making some things happen with his feet. So Blanton steals third. It's going to be an E2 on the throw that allows him to move up. Keller was stealing second on the backside. It's that same E3 that allows him to move up. So nobody out, one run in. Keller all the way to third base. Oh, excuse me. Hold on.
Take it away.
Oh, wait, I apologize. What do we have here? Everybody's going back to...
We got batters interference.
Plate for the Pioneers, number 4.
So, what's our call here, Hunter?
Looks like to be batters interference.
But so if the batter interfered, why are they allowed to still be out there?
They should be out.
I was going to say, I thought the lead runner would be out.
The lead runner should be out. They got it. Wait.
No, they return them all to their bases.
The lead runner should be out. That's the rule.
I don't. Yeah, I was going to say.
It was batters interference when you look at it.
Isn't the batter out too? So looking at the replay here. Yeah, the batter definitely did get in the way. So
They messed that one up.
I was going to say, I can't even write this in the book right, so I got to erase the backside stolen bases. We're still first and second.
It's a new batter, though.
Oh, the batter's out, so they called Daniel Jones out on interference. Okay,
And
so
they didn't count the runner.
okay, so runner, so he's
Okay.
out on interference.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So
Maybe
batters return to where they were. So Daniel Jones out on interference. Blanton and
Yeah,
Keller.
that's
okay.
right. That's right. Yeah.
Our bad, folks. There they go again. Blanton's going to try again.
Yeah,
Throw down this time. They're going to call him safe, so now I can write those stolen bases back into the box score. Holy cow.
Was that not the same thing, though?
Oh, my Lord. Ugly, ugly box score from Coach Cook. I apologize. So again, Jake Blanton leads off with the single. Cade Keller reaches on the E8. Daniel Jones is called out for interference on the steal, so both runners go back to first and second. They end up stealing second and third anyway.
I mean, that's basically.
So here we are, one out, second and third. First base is open against Easton Burns, the freshman hitting. Infield's up. Well, middle infield is like halfway here. Miller and Wells. They need to probably get up a little bit closer with Blanton on third. Ooh, suicide squeeze attempt, but it's a foul ball.
I like that.
Yep, I like that. Small ball. We talked about that in the keys of the game. High heat, cold hands. It's not going to affect Watauga. They may not be able to bust singles and hard line drives in that cold weather, but they're going to manufacture runs and play good small ball. And that's where the keys of the games were for Freedom. You got to be sure-handed and have a chess-like mind. Know that you're battling a small ball, high IQ team. You got to know what they're thinking. Wells delivers 2-2. Good pitch. Goes to the high heat. Gets the freshman Burns swinging. So chance to escape with no damage done here. 2 outs. Kwame Carter 0 for 2. He was a strikeout victim. Flew out to center his last time up. So again, just to recap, Jake Blanton singles. Cade Keller reaches on the error. They try to steal second and third. Daniel Jones is called out on batter interference. The runners are returned to their bases. Easton Burns strikes out. So 2 outs, runners on second and third, no runners in. Watauga looking for that Chad McMahon insurance run.
They're trying to get it.
Yeah. Good pitch. Slow roller. Third baseman picks it up, throws across, and that is out number 3. So great job by Wall to buckle down amongst all that chaos. And that's some good BH Granning glove work there by Moretz coming at third on the slow roller to get Kwame Carter. Again, Carter not the fleetest of foot, but still had to make the good throw. No runs in, so I got to make sure that is not a run. We're 2-0. So going in the bottom of the 6th, 2-0. It's going to be the top of the lineup, Snipes, Miller, and Hudson. I want to thank our in-game sponsors again. You've heard a few of them this evening. Ion Outdoors, our mound visit sponsor. Chad McMahon, State Farm Insurance is our insurance running sponsor. BH Granning Landscapes is our web gem sponsor. Hauling Solutions and Grading is our stolen base sponsor. Burlett Painting, our Called Strike 3 sponsor. And we're starting to look ahead to our next level baseball NC play of the game and our CamWood Bats player of the game. Brett Vanoy making a good effort to be named that CamWood Bats player of the game. For the next level play of the game, what are we leaning towards? What do you
Diving
think?
catch out there.
Oh, there one early in the game.
Yeah.
Keller.
Yeah.
Was there runners on? Let me go back and look at that
Check
one. That was this one here, FO9, second out of the game. Yeah, I guess that's our best play so far.
It's the only one I've clipped, so that's your play of the game so far.
Well, I mean, the other one, yeah, I was going to say, like Bland's done well, but that was like a CNI single there in the first for the go-ahead run. I almost feel like the catcher's interference is like the play of the game to keep them in it. There's still time. We'll see.
The not play of the game.
Yeah, there's still time. We'll see.
Leading off for the Patriots.
There may be another highlight hiding in the future here for our play of the game, but right now it's probably leaning towards Cade Keller's nice diving catch there in the first inning. Brett Vanoy back out for inning number 6. Kid's been cruising. If I had to guess what a pitch count was, I'd say probably mid-5s, maybe 55, 56 pitches, maybe 60 pitches. Kid's been cruising. I'd say he's at like 10 to 15 pitches an inning. Hard line drive right into the glove of Kwame Carter. So that's some tough luck for Luke Miller.
For the Patriots, number 34, Puckett Hudson.
So, yeah, we're Miller, Hudson, Michaels to start the 6 here. I apologize. So, line drive right into the mitt. Not quite as flashy as the North Lincoln play of the game we saw on Tuesday. That was, Eimer, I think was the name of that third baseman. He was a sophomore. Made a Scott Rowland like leap to save some runs, even though Hickory ended up on the losing side of that. Puckett Hudson going to watch ball 2 sail outside, 2-0 count. Hudson, a strong left-handed swinging catcher. Playing some shortstop this year for Coach Hackett as well. And another diving play. Holy cow. So that's Scheffler, the first baseman, lays out and takes one away, and that might be flashier than the Keller play. So I had to cut that one.
Michaels.
Caden Michaels, again, we talk about keys of the game, trying to put runners on in front of them. Luke Miller and Puckett Hudson, you can't ask for more. They both line out, but no ducks on the pond right now for Caden. The biggest extra base hit threat in this lineup. So he's going to try to get something going here with 2 outs. Benoit starts with the curveball. He's going to miss up high. Ground ball right back to Benoit. He's going to toss over to Scheffler. It's a 1, 2, 3 inning. So tough 6th inning there with lineouts from Miller and Hudson and then the comebacker by Michaels. Heading in the top of the 7th, it's going to be the bottom of the lineup, Gillen, Benoit, and then back to the top in Burrows. And then after hopefully Wall can hold him here, Patriots can try to put something together offensively in their bottom half. I want to thank our 7th inning sponsor, Hale Tax Solutions. Hale Tax Solutions is the official tax preparer of Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Been in business since 1997. Hale Tax Solutions International is headed by former IRS agents that understand the tax system's complexities and can guide you to your maximum return. They perform all categories of tax returns, including personal, corporate, trust, estates, and nonprofits. They also offer bookkeeping services, consulting, and can be your representative at state or federal audits. With tax season in full swing, give Hale Tax Solution International a call at 828-435-6082 today to schedule your return. It's going to be, like I said, the bottom of the lineup here, Chase Gillen. Chase is 0 for 1. He walked in the 2nd inning. Then Benoit at the plate again. He's been throwing a heck of a game. He's my pick right now for the CamWood Bats player of the game. So we'll go ahead and see how Wall does here in his half of the inning and start thinking ahead to the postgame show. And Freedom Patriots are going to try to delay that as much as possible with the 7th inning rally after Alex Wall can hopefully compete against the bottom of the lineup here for Watauga. So it's funny. I talked to Coach Burrows earlier in the week, and he said it was going to be Johnny Holstaff, and Brett Benoit's like, nah, I got it. So Brett throwing very well, the senior. So Gillen, the catcher, 1-0. Wall delivers. Big leg kick from Wall, lanky. Looks like a pitcher. He's got that Jim Palmer leg kick and over-the-top delivery. Speaking of spring training, a lot of people don't remember that Jim Palmer comeback in 1991. He was 45. Tried to come back. It didn't work out too well. But Alex Wall mimicking that with the mechanics there. Pop up on the right side. Michaels is back. Makes an easy catch for out number 1. Bring Benoit to the plate.
Coming to the plate for the Pioneers, number 27, Brett Van Dorn.
So Benoit, 0 for 2. He's going to see what he can do to try to help his own cause here. Up 2-0. He's been throwing a heck of a game. There's a fly ball to left field. Oh, and it is dropped out there by Branch. He made a good read on it. Oh, scorekeeper, what do we think? Is that a double because it's on the run? Or is that a catchable ball? Let me see that replay, Hunter. I'm going to say we're leaning towards E7.
Number 7, Evan Burrows.
So we'll see here. So looking at the replay here, be the official score. Fly ball to left field. I don't know. You say E7?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll say E7.
He wasn't on his full horse there. He was on about 60%.
So we're gonna let Hunter call that one. I don't disagree. As a pitcher, you want that ball caught. Ball gets away from Hudson, so that's gonna be a wild pitch. So again, we have the leadoff pop-up. Benoit hits that ball down the left field line. That ball's dropped. Burrows up to the plate now. Infield is in. Still remains 2-0, but Watauga now trying to push an insurance run across. Good take by Burrows there. Again, Burrows, a good athlete, very fast. Saw a lot of fun highlights of him in the state championship football game. There's a hard line drive past Michaels. That'll be an RBI single for Burrows. So that's going to be a Chad McMahon State Farm insurance run. It's going to bring in the I think we had a courtesy runner there for Benoit. So 3-0 here in the top of the 7th. Evan Burrows knocks in. Benoit is an unearned run against Wall, so we won't count it against Mr. Alex Wall. Pickoff attempt here. Wall's come in, thrown pretty well. He dealt with some adversity there with the E8 and then the interference on the runner there in the 6th inning. Was able to stay scoreless. He's given up the 2 hits this inning. Only one of those are earned. He's been filling the zone up. No walks so far. Again, like what we've seen out of Michaels and Wall tonight. But no matter how good they pitch, it's tough to put a W up with a 0 on the offensive side. So J.J. Everett now, the switch hitter. He's been on the left side all night, though, with the right-handed arms. J.J. 0 for 2. He had a walk and a run scored in the 1st inning. And 1 man on. Pop foul here. Hudson loses the mask, but he's also going to lose room, or run out of room. So strike 2 on the foul ball. 1-2 count coming. And start tallying up some box scores here in a little bit. We'll let you know how everybody did. Nice fight by Everett. We'll see if Benoit comes back out for the 7th inning in the complete game. The senior is it's been hard to hit tonight. There's strike 3 to Everett. Everett's 0 for 3. Had the walk and the run. I'll bring Jake Blanton to the plate with 2 outs. Jake,
At the plate for the Pioneers.
2 for 3 with a ribby and a ribby and a stolen base. Are we going with the first base dive? Okay. No, we're going right field still. Okay.
The first base dive wasn't that.
It would have been great.
I looked
Runner
at
goes
it.
here. Hudson throws down. It was a great jump, though, by Burrows, so he's going to take second base. Ball 1-0 count here, and chance of another insurance run. They already got one State Farm insurance run in here in the 7th. Big leg kick coming. Runner goes again. He picks a great pitch to run on. It was a curveball, and it's like Burrows knew it. So he scampers into third base. That's 2 stolen bases for him now.
That's 2.
2 for 4 with a run, a ribby, and 2 stolen bases. So good line for Burrows.
That's 2 mentions of Hauling Solutions and grading.
Hauling Solutions and Grading. Yes, they are our stolen base sponsor. We appreciate them. Evan Burrows hauling tail around the bases, just like Andrew Casario's hauling gravel and mulch and dirt all around Henderson and Buncombe County. So if you have any grading needs, hauling needs, mulch, dirt, gravel, you look up Hauling Solutions. Jake Blanton, 3-0. See if he has a green light there with the runner on third. He does not. He'll take a strike on the outside corner. Not a great pitch to hit there on the edge, so good take, 3-1. So one more run out there would really seal the deal here for Benoit if he does go back out with a 4-run lead. But right now it's 3-0. Burrow's still out there. Swing and a pop fly. It's going to hang up there for a minute. It's Branch. He's going to call it. Or no, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong. I'm looking at the left fielder coming in. That's a shortstop, Wells, that goes over and catches that. My bad. So pop out to the shortstop. And that is the final out of the inning. We're going to head into the bottom of the 7th. Last chance for Freedom Patriots. It's going to be Carson Wells, Eddie Branch, and Xavier Halsey come to the plate. All right, so again, we try to keep our eyes peeled and pull some highlights from each game and pick a next level baseball North Carolina play of the game, or next level play of the game. So again, we want to thank Next Level Baseball for their sponsorship. They're the only showcase organization in Western North Carolina endorsed by Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Coach Rick DeArmas does a great job developing culture and creating player development opportunities for his youth players of all ages. So here's your Next Level Baseball play of the game. This was early in the game. I believe it was the first inning. Trying to kill a rally. Luke Miller hits one to right field. And Cade Keller comes in and makes an amazing diving play. So, again, we're going to try to show you a couple different angles here. This is the second one. Makes a beat on it. He gets into foul territory, slides, and steals an out. And anytime you can take a foul ball and turn it into an out for your pitcher, that is a next-level play. Here he is again. Boom. Looking like an athlete. He's a football player committed to Wingate. So, again, that's our next-level baseball play of the game. I guess there's still time. Something crazy could happen here in the bottom half, and maybe we'd have to upload a new one. But here is Brett Banoy out there to try to close it. He's worked all 6, now 7 innings. Been wheeling and dealing. He's going to bounce ball 1 here. Some decent lines coming out of the Pioneers box scores here. Jake Blanton, 2 for 4 with a ribby and 2 stolen bases. Evan Burrows, 2 for 4 with a ribby, a run, and 2 stolen bases. Here's a mound visit real quick. It's our first one, I believe, brought to you by Ion Outdoors. Again, if you have an outdoor project, pool, patio, outdoor kitchen, look up Ion Outdoors on Instagram, Facebook. If you mention the broadcast, they'll sit you down for a free consultation and a free pool design. All right, let's go through a couple more of these. Cade Keller on the evening was 0 for 2, but he had a walk and a stolen base. Daniel Jones was 0 for 3 with an RBI ground out. Easton Burns, tough day, 0 for 3 at the Golden Sombrero. Kami Brown, 0 for 3. Chase Gillen, 0 for 2 with a walk, and a pinch runner had a stolen base for him. Then Brett Benoit was 0 for 2, but again, I don't think he was running for himself. Somebody scored a run for him. He's actually 0 for 3, reached on that error. Swing and a miss here by Wells. Brooke Snipes was 1 for 3. Luke Miller was 0 for 3. Puckett Hudson was 1 for 3. Caden Michaels was 0 for 2 with a walk. And here we are at Carson Wells. So again, a couple of hits tonight for Freedom. I think 3 total. Let's see if they can battle back here against Benoit. Good job here by the leadoff hitter this inning, Carson Wells, to go to a full count. They're going to need him to get on base and then a couple guys behind him to make this interesting. Doing what they got to do, though. It's ball 4. So a 7th inning lead-off walk. Carson Wells brings Eddie Branch to the plate. And if Eddie can come up or find a way on base, then that would bring the tie-in run to the plate. So another mound visit here. Looks like Sean Burrow is going to take the ball from his pitcher, Brett Benoit. Gave him a chance at the complete game shutout, but after a leadoff walk, he's going to exit with 6 innings pitched. It's a total of 4 walks. He hasn't let up any runs yet, but he does have that runner on base. That'll be tallied to him. He's laid up 3 hits on the evening and collected 8 Ks. So right now, Brett is in line to be the winning pitcher and potentially our CamWood Bats player of the game. But we'll see how they close it out here. So what number they just bring in? Number 7. So Evan Burrows coming in to close out. Again, Evan coming in from the shortstop position.
Taking the mound for the Pioneers. Number 7, Evan Burrows.
And he's going to face Eddie Branch here. Again, I haven't seen Burrows pitch before, but he's going to be asked to close it out tonight. Again, nice job by Benoit. Again, I think they went into today with the intention to go Johnny Holstaff, and then we just went Johnny whole game for Brett Benoit.
That's going to help them next week. Oh, they don't have a conference game on. No, they play tomorrow. That's going to help them.
Saturday game?
Saturday game
Oh,
against
dang.
North
So
Surrey, 2:15.
Didn't realize Watauga's got North Surrey tomorrow.
That's going to help them next week in a big week against Powerhouse and South Caldwell at Alexander Central.
Can't avoid that, I was going to say. Well, doesn't they have, Davie on Friday, or is that a Saturday game?
That's a Saturday game, too.
Dang, Watauga scheduling all the Saturday games. Maybe they're on to something, bringing back Saturday high school baseball.
Well, Freedom's got a Saturday game next week at Maiden, so.
Interesting. Well, man, that's just kind of what it is this year with them canceling a week of the season. NCHSAA, you're great.
We love you.
So Burrows going to come in and try to close this game out, and this is a save situation, by the way.
Number 32, Eddie Branch.
So Evan Burrows setting himself up, or excuse me, is in line to earn the save tonight. Coming into the game, again, that runner on first base belongs to Benoit. Branch, 1 for 2. He had the bunt single, pulled the bunt single out of his back pocket in the 5th inning. That's the one we went to the replay. Hunter said he was safe. Halsey's on deck, so if Branch can make it on base, Halsey would be your tying run. That makes that 7th inning error, that drop in left field, that much more important. Could be a 2-0 game here. There's a strike on the outside corner. So again, Branch, a 1-1 count. And Burrows, first time we've seen him pitch. Got some heat coming there. Was that 1-2 delivery? So let's point the gun at him, see what it says.
The radar gun.
Again, Burrows, the Duke commit, not known for his pitching. He's Left-handed, 85 on the gun there. So, yeah, he's bringing some heat. So, strikeout to Branch is out number 1.
At the plate,
So, again, good game by Benoit. Only gave up the 3 hits, collected the 8 Ks and 4 walks. And now Burrow's in. Burrow's pumping that 85-mile-per-hour heat. This is up to Zadrin Halsey. One-0 delivery coming. And 85 again on the gun, so 85 steady. 1-1 count. Will Russ is on deck, the left-handed swinger. Swing and a miss. I think for Burrows here, he's got to stick with the heat. Pound the zone, pick up where Benoit left off. Misses high there, 86 on the gun, so 85, 86. 2-2. Ground ball might end it, so it's not always about the K here. 84, strike 3 looking. Strike 3 brought to you by Burlett Painting. Painting the corners with Burlett.
At the plate for the Patriots, number 22, Will Russ.
85 to 86 on the fastball from Burrows. Will Russ, left-handed swinger. He's going to do his best to try to extend this game for the Patriots. A lot to like from Freedom tonight, even if they take the L. 2 good arms we saw tonight. Just got to find ways to manufacture runs against a high IQ team like Watauga. 85, no errors on the night for Watauga. So 3 runs, 4 hits on no errors. 3 hits, no runs for Freedom, but the 2 errors end up being costly. 1-1. Burrow's working from the stretch. Got low 3/4 delivery. That could be useful in college. I don't know if they'll pitch him, but it's almost like that Cooper Freedholm release point. Maybe not quite as low. 84, running it up. That ball is going to go to the backstop, though. Past Gillian, that'll be a pass ball. Again, that run on second base is attributed to Benoit. And I think I quoted earlier, but yes, Freedom has not gotten a runner to third base all evening. So they've had runners on base 5 of the 7 innings. But we're not able to capitalize. That's strike 3 as the final out of this game. So Burrows comes in and strikes out the side. No runs, no hits, 3 Ks, 85 to 86 on the bump. He earns the save. Benoit earns the win. Again, final line for Benoit, 6 innings pitched, 0 runs, 3 hits, 8 Ks, 4 walks. Burrows comes in, closes out 1, 2, 3, 3 straight Ks. Snipes is 1 for 3, Miller 0 for 3, Hudson 1 for 3, Michaels 0 for 2 with the walk. Wells 0 for 1 with 2 walks. Eddie Branch 1 for 3. Zadrin Halsey was 0 for 2. He did have the sack bunt. Will Russ 0 for 3. And Jake Moretz was 0 for 1 with a walk. On the other end, Evan Burrows 2 for 4 with a run, an RBI, and 2 stolen bases. J.J. Everett 0 for 3 with a walk and a run. Jake Blanton 2 for 4 with a ribby and 2 stolen bases. Cade Keller 0 for 2 with a walk and a stolen base. Daniel Jones 0 for 3 with the RBI ground out. Easton Burns 0 for 3. Kwame Carter 0 for 3. Chase Gillen 0 for 2 with a walk. And lastly, Brett Benoit 0 for 3. That's your final tonight, folks. We're going to hop into the post-game show. Hunter's doing some final totals for you. We'll We showed you your next level play of the game, that great grab by Cade Keller early on to set the pace defensively. And before we introduce our CamWood Bats player of the game, let's do a shout out to our player of the game sponsor. Again, CamWood Bats is located in Haywood County, but serves baseball and softball players across the nation. Game bats, trainers, tees, tutorials, and more are available for purchase at camwoodbats.com. And as part of our partnership with CamWood, make sure to use the coupon code BBUWNC. Again, BBUWNC for a 10% discount on all purchases through their website. Like I said, there were some good batters lines there with Burrows and Blanton, but I think the player of the game is Brett Benoit because, again, if you know the narrative, Coach came in thinking Johnny Holstaff, and it was almost Johnny whole game for Brett Benoit. He works the 6 innings, earns the W, collected the 8 Ks, wasn't overpowering with the fastball, Watauga. Wasn't overpowering with the fastball, but he pounded the zone, and that allowed him to get swings and misses on his off speed. Painted the corners beautifully as well. So, again, congratulations to Brett. We'll see him down on the field here shortly. Take a picture of him with the dummy bat because we still got to get this year's bats painted and printed out and sent out to these kids. But, again, we thank you all for joining us tonight. And
Want to get down there and I'll give you a thumbs up and you can.
Now, my question to you before I head out, should I turn this mic off or just keep it until I'm ready? I'll just keep it away from me, I suppose.
You can turn it off. It'll be okay.
And you got, can I bring that?
Yeah, bring it.
Cool. Go ahead and do your thing. I'll go find him and do some interviews.
Good job, guys. That was awesome.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Nobody says thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate you. Thank you. Appreciate everyone watching, all the viewers tonight. Stick around for a post-game interview with our CamWood Bats player of the game, Brett Benoit, while I get ready to pull up our CamWood Bat player of the game graphics. I apologize for the sniffles. It's going around, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll say some good swings, but you got to give.
I'll try to get some scores for you tonight as well. Let's hope these cameras and mics work tonight. As we wait for Ryan to get down there. Scroll through some of these scores for y'all. Again, we mentioned earlier, Harrisville defeating Mitchell 10-8. Good win for the Bearcats out there at Green Meadows. Andrews over Rosman 12-1. I think that puts them at 7-0, maybe 8-0, depending on what Max Prep says for that double game that they had in their schedule against Cherokee. So I think they're 7-0. That's a good win. Murphy and Swain played tonight, missing score. Hiawassee visiting Cherokee as well. Shout out to the Cherokee Lady Braves won the 2A state championship. Proud of the Lady Braves, proud of the mountain athletic teams who go out there and win us some state championships. Hayesville over Robbinsville 12-0 back on the diamond. North Gaston over Forest View 13-0 for our Foothills fans. Chase defeating West Caldwell 12-2. Gaston Christian over the Trailblazers 11-0. Hayesville over Robbinsville 10-0.
I know. I see these pictures.
And a lot more in action in the late slate. So, again, 3-0 Pioneers over the Patriots right here for the Northwestern 6A, 7A. Opening night in conference. We're going to try to get to the championship game this year. be really cool if we could get some music on here and have some commercials going. We've been working on that, so I appreciate everyone for sticking around in this dead period or whatever. As Ryan's talking to our CamWood Bats player of the game, Brett Benoit, the gym out on the field, and Coach Burrows. You might try to get a
All right, so this
Coach
camera right
Burrows
here, I think it's going to be our interview
in.
camera down. See where that catcher's gear is? Yeah. So we'll start with, we'll do Jake and Evan first, and then we'll come in and give you the bat at the end here. Hey, good work. You all right? Yes, sir. You with that? I didn't know you pitched. Good? All right. Check, check. You hear me?
CamWood Bats located in Haywood County, but serves baseball, softball players across the nation. Game bats, trainers, tees, tutorials, and more, all available for purchase at CamWoodBats.com. And as part of our partnership with CamWood, make sure to use the coupon code BBUWNC for a 10% discount on all purchases through their website. And here's Ryan with our CamWood Bats player of the game.
I got 3 kids here with me. We got Evan Burrows, we got Brett Benoit, and we got Jake Blanton. Jake, your hair was amazing in the pregame lineup. I mean, it was unbelievable. I just couldn't stop. I was like, this kid's got hair. So Jake, hop on up here first. 2 for 4. Still nice single, breaks the open early, come through, rip a hard line, 5-mile-per-hour fastball.
I stole third, and then the ball got past the third baseman, and I went home, and they told Daniel that he was in the way of the throw of the catcher, from what I understand. So he was apparently out, and we had to all go back.
Yeah, it's funny because I had to race it and then back in. So team looks good. You look athletic. It's tough. Alexander Central, St. Stephen's in there. You got Alexander and South Caldwell next week. Got a couple kids sick. It's a good conference.
We got to put together good at bats. Nate Hall over there, who historically has been a pretty good pitcher. He's a strike thrower, so we just got to go deep into counts. And I think the same thing for Alexander Central, really, because Jude Carter, I think, is his name. Yeah, he's going to be good. So we just got to get deep into counts and put the ball in play, I think.
Team's confident, though?
We're confident, yeah.
I love that. We had a great time at your place last year. We'll probably be up for a game. And we also have the championship game for the Northwestern Conference circled, so hoping to see the Pioneers there. Shout out your pitcher real quick, because, again, I didn't know Brett was a freaking ace until – so. Yeah, you're in center field watching the whole thing, so tell us what you're seeing.
Oh, yeah, I mean, he threw strikes. I mean, I think it was 81 pitches, right? Yeah, he was competitive throughout the whole game. It was fun to watch. It was.
As a pitching coach, I got to sit down after hearing that. So, well, hey, Jake, it's good to see you. We're gonna bring Evan up for, next, and I didn't know Evan was a pitcher either until tonight. So, Evan, 85 to 86. You made a lot of noise this year on the football field. You know, you obviously got some chatter going for next year heading off to Duke. You know, so I'm sure Chapel Hill fans ain't happy, but you know. Brett walks the first batter. Did you know you were up next?
I mean, kind of.
Okay.
Just when he came out, I was like, all right.
Well, Coach told us it was going to be Johnny Holst today. It's turning into Johnny all Brett. But here you come in and just absolutely lights out. A couple good hits. Just speak on your teammates. Do you feel you have what it takes to win this conference this year?
I mean, yeah, I love the guys. We're a great baseball team. We have good team like connection. We're all buddies on and off the field. So yeah, it's fun for sure.
I'm kind of watching you guys a little longer than you think. Y'all came up through that Team Equip group. Is that correct? Back in the day, we played against y'all when I had my little Edneyville Yellow Jackets team. But I love the Christian faith-based side of it and the culture. But like, do you feel like some of the time you put in with that feeder program is showing like the results now? In order to have this type of product feel when you're seniors?
Yeah, it definitely like stems from when we were young. We definitely had a great team, great connection when we were young as well. So it all feeds up to now. And I mean, that's pretty much how I got to where I am today, just playing with those guys and playing through Equip. So many thanks to them.
And again, like you face some pitchers and like some good programs before. I think like that Team Equip, not just Team Equip, but that model of a feeder program is how these type of programs are going to be able to build up. So, I hope you guys go off into the world and do good things when you get to be my age and do things like that team equip, because that's the only way we get these next generation of good ball players. So, but it was really fun watching you play tonight, man. That was the first time seeing you throw, but good luck. We're going to come see you again, but let's bring up the star of the night, Brett Vinoy. We helped you a little bit this past year. We were praising you as a catcher and a big slugger. You hit some home runs last year, but then you come out here and you're pragmatic. So when did you know you were going to be starting this game?
I found out last night after our practice, and yeah.
That's kind of what Coach was thinking too. He told me it's going to be the whole team, and I'm like, Brett just keeps going back out, man. It's lights out, and it's funny because some of these guys are hitting 90, and you're coming out hitting high sevens. But I keep, you'll go hear the replay later, but I just praise pounding the zone. You established your fastball. Did you see how that allowed you to get more swings and misses and awkward looks on your curveball tonight?
Yeah, I started off. I threw some balls, but when I figured out my curveball, I could just drop it in for a strike because they were just taking a bunch. They weren't really swinging at anything, so that just helped me throw my curveball more confidently.
Plus, you got speedsters behind you like these two. You got Cade Keller making diving plays out there. Does it make it easier as a pitcher just to put it in the zone knowing you got these athletes?
Yeah, if I give up a hit that I know would probably be an out, I can just walk off the field because I know they're going to catch it and make the play.
You're going to send this video to Coach Adcock up at New River and be, hey, I'm going to catch, but, throw me too.
Yeah, maybe.
You should. That was a great game, Brett.
Yep.
We're going to close it down, but stick around so I can get a picture of you.
Right.
I wish I had the new bats printed, so it's a dummy bat. We're going to take the picture, and then I'll call Coach, and I'll get it to you in the mail, all right?
Okay.
But for now, have fun with that.
Okay.
But, hey, signing off down here. I'll send it back to Hunter, and then he'll come down here and take some photos for us. All right, let me turn this off so I don't.
Well, thank you to the following businesses who are home team sponsors tonight, supporting the time put towards marketing this game to college coaches pregame and editing and posting highlights for the Freedom Patriot prospects with scouting content on social media. Appreciate Victory Sports and Apparel, as well as Sean Yamber, real estate agent. Appreciate both these guys for being home team sponsors this evening for the Freedom Patriot prospects, getting all their scouting content on social media, on Patreon, all across all of our social medias. And speaking of our social medias and our Patreon, for the best coverage and content of Western North Carolina baseball, visit our Patreon at patreon.com/BBU WNC, BB University WNC. Here you'll find conference previews, preseason playoff predictions, power rankings, players of the week, podcast, highlight films, and much more. Memberships start at $1, with all the money raised staying right here in Western North Carolina. Support Mountain Baseball. Well, that's it for this evening's rendition of Baseball University's Western North Carolina Scout Streaming Series. Thank you again to our sponsors, Meineke, Bloom Patch Farm, Comfort Keepers, In-Home Senior Care, American Legion Post 70, Nova X Kinectics, Hale Tax Solutions, Goodicedtea, House of Power, Peak Performance Vault, On Outdoors, Chad McMahon State Farm Insurance, Granning Landscapes Incorporated, Hauling Solutions and Grading, Burlett Painting, CamWood Bats, and Next Level Baseball. Stay connected on social media with Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Like and subscribe on YouTube at youtube.com/@BBUniversityWNC. Like us on Facebook at Baseball University of the Blue Ridge. Follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram at BBUniversityWNC. And check out our website at baseballu.org. Baseball University of the Blue Ridge, thanks you for tuning into the Western North Carolina Scout and Streaming Series from Morganton, North Carolina, on the campus of Freedom High School. This has been coverage of Western North Carolina high school baseball, where the Watauga Pioneers defeated the Freedom Patriots by a score of 3-0. For Ryan Cook, I'm Hunter Street, wishing you a good night.